All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's good, everybody? Happy Martin Luther King's birthday holiday. I hope you guys are well. What's going on, Edward Volaton? How you feeling? All things in the building. Good morning. Alden Johnson, what's going on, man? Good morning, Fanon in the chat. I don't know about everybody else, but Crawford has to take this Spence rematch. If not, have something Bud should fight. What about Manny Pacquiao? He wanted that fight a few years ago. I think that sailed. I want to see that. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll take either one of them. I'll take any of them. I really myself personally, I just want to see these fights hurry up and take place this year. We had some real good fights that took place this weekend, and I'm just anxious to have some more evenings like that. I thought that top ranked card was really good, from the fight that took place with Jason Maloney to the fight with Billy and Murdoch. Is it Murdoch? And then the fight that took place with Arthur Baturbia, man, who I just think is a spectacular fighter. So I'll take any of these fights that get made. The sooner we start talking about the fights that get made and not all of the banter going back and forth, the happier I'll be, the faster I'll be happy. And I can understand why people, get tired of a lot of the drama that goes on. But look, man, cats be putting out drama every day. So it is what it is, man. That's the conversation that takes place when there aren't any fights coming up. And there's no fights coming up this weekend. It's going to be a minute, man. So we're going to get a lot of this back and forth on other type of things, man. I saw a shout out to Chillville, who sent a note this morning. Alden Johnson, he'll keep him busy until we know if EJ still wants a rematch. Pac-Man wants to fight either Mayweather or Crawford. I think he should fight Bud. It's a good bag. It's not an EJ type, but good. I mean, if he wants to serve himself up, let Manny Pacquiao serve himself up. I'll take it. What's going on, Steven? Ernie V in the building. What's going on, man? All things. What's happening? Valley, good morning. Daniel Gallimore, what's happening, man? Gilbert Jimenez, good morning. Barbara D, what's going on? Tony Brown in the building. What's up? Peace and blessings, man. Big Dre, what's happening? Tracy Scott in the building. DJ OC in the place to be. What's up, man? How you feeling? OPXID, what's happening? Dre in the building. I think I said what's up to Dre. Richard Paris, what's going on, man? Shout out, man. I saw that lettuce. I saw that beautiful greenery that you had out there, man, in the picture you sent me this morning over there on Instagram. So what's up, man? Good morning to you, sir. Mr. Roberts, good morning, man. Thank you for somebody supporting so early with the $5 holler. Thank you, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah. What's going on? Kevin Rice, Alden Johnson, all things. What's going on, man? Joshua, thank you, sir. Let me ride all the way down to the end of here. Jason Fewell, Jason B, Jason B. What's going on, Mr. Solace? What's up, Fi? Derek Choice, I think I timed him out. Derek Choice doesn't have a wrench. I'll give it back to him. Derek Choice be trolling me a whole lot, bro. Like, Derek, man, come on, man. God dog, Derek Choice. Killing me, Derek. Mr. Elohim with the $1 holler, brother. Thank you for that support, man. Means a lot. Thank you, sir. I don't know. Is Derek Choice? Derek Choice should have a wrench, man. Derek Choice is like a mandatory wrench because he doesn't agree with me on anything. But because he doesn't agree with me on anything, I gotta keep it. I gotta keep him solid. I didn't know Derek Choice didn't have one. I didn't block Derek Choice, did I? I might have accidentally done it. Derek Choice, you're asking me questions that I don't have any answer about, man. I have no idea when he's fighting next. Let me go to this channel. Yeah, he's been around. Okay, let me get Derek Choice. Derek Choice be hating on me. I know it, though. Derek Choice, I be seeing you, bro. I see you, dog. But anyway, here you go. Oh, I blocked him because, I remember that day. Anyway, it was probably reactionary of me. Mike Kirkland said, for the show, brother. All right, man. I got to tell y'all this because I don't think I can hold it, man. I don't think I can hold it. Oh, I did forget to monetize. Thank you. Honestly, I don't think I can hold it. Man, I swear. Like every video that dude, I know these dudes here. Request review. Every one, bro. All right, I won't do it. I won't do it, but I got to do it pretty soon. Let me check my text, man. Damn. Yes, I did. All right. Richard Paris sent you a recipe to try too. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. All right, yeah. So okay, I worked that out. I'll probably let you guys know soon. Jaleese Hart. So yeah, let's get back to this. Yeah, what's going on, right? Rodriguez Jackson in the building. What's up, man? Thank you, Mike Kirkland, for that support, man. Thank you for keeping the color in the chat. Thank you. All things, what's good, brother? Give me 1 second. All right. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so Derek Choice asked, who is Danny Garcia going to fight next? He's going to fight Erislandy Lara whenever they get this thing done on Showtime. I mean on Amazon Prime. I think we're not going to know anything that's going on with those PBC fighters until that comes out. Happy MLK holiday, Fanon, and to all real boxing fans pushing for that Boots Crawford. No excuses. Yeah, no excuses. Until he drops that belt, no excuses, bro. I need to see the fight. I'm just being honest with you, man. I need to see that fight. I need to see it. It's a position where, hey, man, it is what it is. I got a feeling PBC going to hit the ground running. Yeah. I mean, dude, they already said they already told you how many dates they had. They already announced how many dates they had. They got 12 to 14 pay-per-view dates. John Raphael Fanon, what do you think about Crawford dissing Spence with the Cowboys? I think he's on his mind. I think he's in his head. And I think that Terence Crawford can be very, very petty. I think he's in his head, man. Is what it is. I'm telling you, man. I'm sure Terence Crawford got ghost accounts, man, and be out there trolling. But I mean, it's a fair shot to take, though. It's not. I don't think it's unfair. 12 to 14 times to cash out. What are you talking about to cash out, T. Orlando? What does that even mean, T. Orlando? 12 to 14 times to cash out. They got 12 to 14 pay-per-view shows, man. The PBC is not going anywhere. Boxing's not going anywhere. All they're going to do, they've got most of the big name fighters in boxing over there on PBC, man. If the PBC, they'll screw around and be over there on ESPN, man. Those guys ain't going anywhere. Somebody's going to buy that product, man. Somebody's going to buy that product. Patrick Bell, what's going on, man? Good morning, Fanon and chat. Please hit that like button on your way in. Yes, sir. Please hit that like button on the way in. Please hit the like button on the way in. This is a marvelous day, though. All right, except for it's not. So I can tell you now. I just got permission to tell you. Okay, so I've got very, very sad news to announce. For anybody that's been watching the channel over the last couple years, you know who John Bowie is. John Bowie would always come by. He's one of the, if not the biggest supporter of this channel that we've ever had. John Bowie passed away yesterday of a heart attack. So John Bowie, again, John Bowie died last night from a heart attack. And so if everybody could please, raise your glasses, do what you got to do, man. And, just wish that man and his family, condolences. We're going to do the 10 count for my guy, John Bowie. Again, man, one of the best, biggest supporters. And during a time when I really needed the support, he was here for me, somebody that I would talk to offline. He had been going through health problems and been going through personal problems. And, it's over now for him. So rest in peace to John Bowie. Rise podcast, his nephew told Rise podcast last night. Rise podcast told me. So yeah. So let's give John Bowie the 10 count, man. Yeah, rest in peace to John Bowie. Rest in peace to John Bowie. That is, yeah, that's a tough one, man. Yeah, he definitely will be missed, man. John Bowie is a good dude, man. John Bowie's a good dude, man. I told somebody on Twitter, I put a tweet out and I said, maybe about a week ago, not less than a week ago, I said, there's only one thing that really sucks about getting older, and it ain't got anything to do with what some 20-something-year-old dude has to say. And then a person asked, well, what really sucks about getting older? And then I actually mentioned two things. One is that you got a responsibility to age with grace, to provide an example for young adults. But the second was that the number of family, the number of members of your family and number of friends that leave this earth. And the likelihood and the fact that number is going to continually to increase. It's just it. So, and then to have John Bowie pass not too long after that, it's tough, man. John Bowie's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. And that's the thing. So I'm saying, man, you shouldn't don't make fun of people to get older, because you may not make it, man. Yeah, John Boy's a good dude, man. Big supporter, man. Anyway, so it is what it is, man. Definitely going to once we get the details, definitely going to send something to him, send something to his funeral. Peyton Bowie said, hey, his son JB, this JB's son, he loved you a lot. G heart attack, a lot. G heart attack, LSTN. Hey, Peyton Bowie, man, my great condolences to you, man. John Bowie's a good dude, man. John Bowie's a good dude. This is JB, his son. Hey, Peyton Bowie, my condolences, man, for the loss of your father. Yeah, bro. John Bowie was awesome. I remember when he asked you to wrench me up. I wouldn't forget how great a dude he was. I wonder how old he was. Peyton Bowie said funeral's going to be in Arlington, Texas. Okay. Well, look, man, just you know how to get in contact with me. Let me know, man, because we're going to most definitely going to send something. And yeah, just let me know, man. Barbara D, thank you so much for John Bowie. Yeah, it's R.I.P. John Bowie. Terry Schmoot, John Bowie passed away of a heart attack last night. And his son is in the chat. So we're gonna light in on Terence Crawford today and tell Terence Crawford to stop ducking. Tell Terence Crawford stop ducking Jaron Ennis. Stop ducking and running from Errol. R.E.P. man. Yeah, man. Man, that's tough, man. That's tough. Daniel Gallimore. He said, it's crazy how through your channel and seeing the same people every day, you can feel sad over someone that you did not know personally. He's a really good dude. R.I.P. Absolutely, man. So what do you mean it doesn't have a network? So what? Here's a link. Tell me why that matters. That he doesn't have a network. Tell me why that matters. Why does that matter? It didn't matter. It didn't matter before. Did it? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for Canelo, does it? They repeated what said. They won't click the link. I'm just gonna tell you, man. I'm not doing that shit. Like you guys gotta, bro. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not responding to any of that. I'm not humoring any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not humoring that stuff, man. There's some things are just human decency, man. How did Steven Espinosa and Showtime drop the ball on Boots? I would love to understand where you guys are coming from with this. Jaron Ennis is the IBF world champion right now. He's the IBF world champion. He himself, he just fought. Where did he drop this ball? These narratives that get spun every day. Like, you would think you would take a little bit of time in between them, maybe a month, 2 months. But because the videos and because the tweets and because the Instagram posts and all of that stuff have to come every day, the time frame of the bullshit. He has a title. How was he supposed to get him a title shot? How is he supposed to get him one when there was an undisputed fight at welterweight for all 3 titles in July? He got Errol Spence Jr. all those title shots on Showtime. When was he supposed to do this? Like, man, when you got, look, the need to make shit up every day has people saying things so fast that the time frame doesn't work. You can't say that Jaron Ennis didn't get, they're disappointing Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis fought, when did he fight? He fought 2 times last year, right? So that's the number of times that guys at that level typically fight, twice a year. So he fought 2 times last year. This year, it's January 15th. Was he supposed to already fight this year? Let me answer. Was he already supposed to fight this year? Please let me know. Think about when he fought last time and how quick these narratives get popped up every day. Now there's no network. How many reasons is there for Terence Crawford not to fight? He already turned down the fight 2 times. Terence Crawford didn't have a network before. He didn't have a network before, did he? Honestly, fight Boots for Undisputed to be a 3-time undisputed champ instead of waiting. Boots is with the PBC banner. Look, Jaron Ennis is not going to have a problem getting somebody to take his fights. I thought Boots was managed by Cameron Duncan. He was promoted by Cameron Duncan. He's promoted by Cameron Duncan. Y'all slick with the disrespect. Y'all sick, bro, with this disrespect. No, they're not. They'll let them disrespect. Go keep doing it. Keep doing it. Go ahead and keep disrespecting dead people. Keep doing it. They don't hear you. So where do you think that negativity is going to rebound? When you talk bad about a dead man. Y'all better hope that the world doesn't operate the way that many people believe it actually operates. You speak ill of someone that passed. Where do you think, and you're not affecting him? That man's entire life work is complete. His entire life is complete. John Bowie was Fanon's biggest supporter. He was, yeah, man, he's that huge supporter. You keep talking, man. Like, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you remember when it happens to you. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. But don't be careful. With that type of attitude, keep talking. I, though, personally am not going to be responding to your silliness. I'm not. You know what I mean? You know what they say, what goes around comes around. RG needs to wake up. What's RG? I don't know what RG is. Indeed, Fanon, what's up? Oh, yes, sir. But anyway, let's get back on the boxing talk because, like, whatever, brother. Man, condolences to you. Condolences to you, Mr. Bowie, for the loss of your father. Man, look. John Bowie would say, fuck y'all. John Bowie would say, fuck y'all, and enjoy you talking shit to him. We'll talk shit right back to you. You ain't scared of that, man. That ain't those are tough people, man. You ain't phasing them. Oh, Rick Glazier. Okay. Fanon, it's crazy trend in Philly, New York, and other places. It's called drill. They kill people and talk bad about them. I mean, that's whatever, man. That's y'all. That ain't me. There's a lot of people in Chicago ain't nothing like that. That's you dumbass kids doing that stuff. That's you dumbass, ignorant ass children doing that shit. You know, and that it's not just your world. You guys live in the world you live in. You do the things that you guys do. But anyway, as we get back to like more things like John Bowie would want me to do, which is to get in on your boy. As I were, Bud needs to fight Boots. Yeah, man. But yeah, somebody asked me about that tweet that Terence Crawford said about Errol. Dog, he's petty. That shit's just petty. And you seem unhappy. I know what it is to get criticized by people and have people talk bad about you. That shit affects you. And Terence Crawford is put off a little bit. Fanon knows that spiritual shit is real and come get your ass. Hey, dog, I'm not playing with that. Hey, in honor of John Bowie, you know? Uncle John did like to get Bud or get on Bud's ass. You know he did. You know he did. You know he did. Here's this link, though. Y'all can click this link, though. Y'all, yeah, hey, man, that's my dude, though. John Bowie's my dude, man. That was my dude. No joke, man. Made sure I called him, kept up with him, man. You know, dropped the phone lines, checked on him, man. It can be tough, man. It can be tough. Uncle John did like to get it. Yeah, he did. Hey, what's going on, Daniel Gallimore? Thank you, brother. I'm trying to told ya. Fuck. Hey, yo. John Bowie would do that. He'd be like, fuck y'all. Hey, he was the king. John Bowie is the king of the five super chat Terence Crawford cuss out. Bud is a bitch ass duck. John be letting him in, be letting it fly on him, man. John be letting it fly on him, man. John Raphael said, Fanon, somebody need to send a red chat in honor of John Bowie. Hey, man, shout out to John Bowie, man. Yeah, man, John Bowie's my dude, man. John Bowie's my dude. Look, man, we're gonna do something, man. John Bowie's a dude, man. But let's get on Bison, man. Let's get on Bison, man. That's sad, Fanon. I just lost a family member last week and know a good friend, John Bowie is gone to a good place. Yes, sir. And I'm putting the prayers up for the heavenly grace for the man. You know? Here's a link for anybody who want to talk boxing, though. Yeah, y'all some wild boys, man. Y'all some wild boys. But what difference does it make, man? Really and truly. What difference does it make that the man doesn't have a network? What kind of cockamamie excuse is that? You can't have that excuse when you said it didn't matter that Gary Russell Jr. didn't have a network or a fight date or a venue on the contract that he sent to Gary Russell Jr. So why do you need a network now? Why you need a network now? Yeah, Adrian Molina, John Bowie passed away last night. John Bowie passed away last night. Hold on one second, man. Oh, man, shout out to y'all for the support. Joshua Roberts in the building. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for that $5 holler, Joshua. I think I already said what's up to you, and thank you for that. But I'm going to say thank you again. Then Jay Elohim in the building with the $1 holler, brother. Thank you. Maria says, sorry for your loss. Keeping you in my prayers. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. But look, I'm telling you, man, I don't really believe in death. Like, not in that sense. I believe that John Bowie is still here with me. And I can look back on his memories and laugh at the jokes he told on all of that. And I'm going to, you know, it's a painful separation for sure. But he had family that loved him. John Bowie This Lewis 504 in the chat. Thank you, brother. Much love. Thank you so much. Say it ain't so frequent. Nah, you not blocked. Unless you came under some fake name, bro. Why you? Let me see. Frequent flyer, you are not blocked. Your name is not here unless you trying to get underneath some fake name. Because you're not banned, brother. You're not banned. Unless there is a bunch more. Because actually, you know what's funny? Dude, boxing conversations and debate, you got to show me your face. You want to disrespect the dead or show a penis or something, child? Let me see your face. There's a link for anybody that's serious wants to talk. I think you threw me off the last time. It says I'm blocked. Here, let me do something, man. Let me do something. Sorry, brother. You're not gonna do that, man. You're not getting that today. Do. Man, I don't know why it would be here. Let me. Whatever. Let me see. Let me do something, man. It's not listed on here, man. You're not listed. Give me a second though. I'll get it right if I can. I just gonna have to. I don't understand why it only has this number. I know there's more, but let's see if this works. All right, I see you, Patrick Bell. You can cover up. I see you. All right, try it now, frequent flyer. There's another link. Try it again. Oh, frequent flyer, I saw you, brother. I was gonna let you on. Uptown boy, you think Errol will take a step aside money? Hell no, because he ain't got enough money to give him. There ain't enough money, step aside money for Errol Spence. How's Errol going to do that? How are they going to do that? Frequent flyer, how can I help you?
How you, OG? Yeah, that's terrible news, man. I feel sorry for your loss and everything. That's terrible, man. But I didn't come up here to debate you on anything, though. I just came up here to get your thoughts on this Terence Bud Crawford thing, because I was thinking that if he was able to get past this Errol Spence Jr. rematch and everything, and not lose, I was thinking that his best option was to stay at 147 and fight Boots, because it'll be one fight to 3 times undisputed, if I'm not mistaken, as opposed to going up and fighting Tim Tszyu and all of them guys like I heard somebody suggesting. What you think about that, Fanon? What's your thoughts on that?
I think that I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I don't think there's a better fight for Bud than if he's able to get past Errol Spence, or that fight doesn't happen. I don't think there's a better fight for him. Not a more interesting fight for boxing fans. And I think Jaron Ennis most definitely deserves the fight.
And yeah, and the discussion I was having with people, somebody was saying that he wanted more money, like he was looking for the big money fights, and they were saying that like Tim Tszyu will be a bigger fight, and also the accolade of being what would he be, 3-time 3 division world champion, I think. if he was able to beat Tim Zoo up there, as opposed to undisputed 3 times. I think undisputed 3 times is a bigger accolade. What do you think about that part?
I'm kind of in the mindset of, hold on real quick. Hey man, thank you, Malik. Or King said, for John Bowie, very sad, RIP. And just so you know, King, it makes me appreciate you more, brother. I do appreciate you coming by the channel, King. I do. I gotta say that to you, King, during this very rare moments like this. I don't even mind you being a Rick Glazer troll, really, because at the end of the day, man, you know, you bring fun conversations, man, and you make the chat a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more enjoyable, microscopically. a happy MLK Day and send the link. I got you, brother. Oh, okay, for sure. Thank you, Big Game James. I think
as far as which one is a bigger accolade,
yeah, the one that's a bigger accolade, I think, is I don't really care, honestly. I mean, that's the most honest answer. I think that it's very subjective. And so if somebody thinks as far as it being a bigger fight with Tim Zoo, I don't believe that. I don't believe. I do not think monetarily it's as big a fight as Gervonta Ennis. I don't. Because there's nothing, who the fuck is Tim Zoo? Like, because Tim Zoo's from Australia? Or if they're going to go and fight in Australia? You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe Tim Zoo is this big. Like, Tim Zoo ain't no big draw, some huge name. I don't think Tim Zoo's any bigger a name than, matter of fact, let me see. Was Tim Zoo's because he's fighting over there in Australia? He's not fighting in big stadiums in Australia. He's got a name that's known because of Costa Zoo. But even Costa Zoo back then was not that big a name. You know, Costa Zoo was a known fighter, but he wasn't freaking Pacquiao or nothing. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's a bigger fight. I don't know how big it is, but I don't think that Tim Zoo is as good a fighter as Gervonta Ennis is. So I don't think the challenge is there, and I'm not as interested in it. You know what's going on, Fred the Jig?
And yeah, we were only talking accolades because Terence Crawford was talking about retiring. You know, so I was wondering if he would, you know, rather, you know, become 3 times undisputed. You know, as you know, put that under his belt. You know, since he was retiring, or would the money be more important? You know, but I don't, like you said, I don't think that that's a bigger fight either. With Tim Zoo, because I feel like Gervonta Ennis.
I see you here from
that's the person that people want to see him fight. Yeah. So more people, I think.
Many more people. No, do you see anybody talking about Tim Zoo? Only time you hear Tim Zoo, Terence Crawford come up is when somebody's trying to give a reason for Terence Crawford not to fight Gervonta Ennis.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a dumb excuse, you know, that he don't have a network, because why, like you said, why would they pass up on, you know, getting Gervonta Boots Ennis, and he's the IBF champion, right? That would be done.
Look, man, first of all, people are acting as if there is no network, that there is no Amazon Prime deal, like they're confused or something. And if Terence Crawford doesn't have a network, then Terence Crawford can't fight Tim Zoo either.
I think the issue that they're trying to talk about is Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman. You know, if they're still going to be connected, because Steven Espinoza was signed to Showtime, and Al Heyman was, you know, PBC, and PBC got the deal.
I can answer that question. Steven Espinoza did not have a personal contract with Gervonta Ennis. That would have been a conflict of interest in his job. He can't do that. He was not signed to Steven Espinoza. They had a deal. Cameron Duncan, who passed away, rest in peace, had a deal with Showtime to distribute Gervonta Ennis's fights. Showtime is no longer in the business of distributing fights. So therefore, there is no connection between Steven Espinoza and Gervonta Ennis. People are acting and speaking as if Steven Espinoza was not an employee of Showtime. He was.
Yeah.
they're using Steven Espinosa's name as if he's a promoter. He's not. That's like saying remember with Skip, what's the guy's name? Skipper, whatever his name is, the guy that used to run ESPN and then moved over to DAZN. Like, it's like, well, Skipper left, so now there's everybody was signed to Skipper. No, they were signed to DAZN. They had a contract with DAZN. Dude, they didn't have a contract with Steven Espinosa. That shit is, and honestly, man, that shit is beyond stupid to me. Like,
what was Steven Espinosa acting as?
Steven Espinosa is the president of Showtime Sports. He worked for Showtime.
Yeah.
So when Showtime Boxing went out of business, then they said that they were going to what do they say? That they were going to honor their contracts until the end of the year. That they said they were going to honor their contract to the end of the year. It is now January 15th. They're not honoring any contracts moving forward. So there's no connection between Steven Espinosa and Jaron Ennis, because there never was. There was only a connection between Jaron Ennis and Showtime. And now that that's gone and Cameron Duncan passed away, the question is, who's going to air Jaron Ennis's fights? Is he going to sign with another promoter? Is he going to do business with the PBC? Where's he going to be? But that doesn't have, but Steven Espinosa has nothing to do with it. There's nothing to do with it. And it should be obvious. That's like if you get hired at a job and there's a manager at the 7-Eleven and the manager quits or is fired, does that mean you don't work for 7-Eleven anymore? Like, people don't, man, look, man, people just, like I said, they just putting videos up and finding something to talk about 4 to 5 times over the next 5 days. What are we going to talk about today? I don't know. Let me think. Steven Espinosa isn't with Showtime anymore. So now Jaron Ennis is going to be following him wherever he goes. That's some shit somebody just pulled out of their ass. Hey, Frequent Flyer, let me get this, and then I'm going to get here for boxing, who's been waiting for a second. And please come back when we argue about Devin again.
Okay, no doubt. Yeah,
hey, man,
I'm gonna let some of these other people jump on.
Yes, sir. And thank you very much for being such a mature person, man, when we're not talking about Devin Haney. All right, man.
No doubt.
Get back, brother. Thank you. Hold on one second here for boxing. Fight Game in the building said, rest up, Mr. John Bowie. R.I.P., sir. Shout out to Freaking Flyer, Barbara Davis, Ray Davis, King, All Things, GM, Aisha, Adriana, Upper, Cal, Coolett, Richard Paris, and the rest of the Fanon family. Blessings to all, man. Blessings to everybody, man. Thank y'all so much for your support. And Tyrone Page in the building said, R.I.P. John Bowie. Here for boxing, how can I help you this morning?
Good morning. I have a question for you.
Sure.
What do you want from Terence Crawford? I'm serious question. What do you want from him? Like, what do you guys want from him?
You guys, or what do I want for him?
What do you want from him?
I don't know.
You want him to fight Jaron Ennis, right?
Excuse me?
You want him to fight Jaron Ennis, right?
Honestly, man, I'll take any fight soon.
Well, I mean, he's in contract, so you got to take that up with Errol, right? Errol had eye surgery, but the good thing is about the surgery is, from what I read, it only takes 4 to 6 weeks to recover, but I allow Errol a little longer because he's a boxer. It's probably a little more crucial for him to have extra recovery time, but that's on Errol. That's not on Bud.
I don't know if it's on either one of them.
Errol got the surgery 6-7 months after the fight. That's not on Terence.
What's not on Terence?
That they can't make the fight sooner than later. Terence,
you got to pick one, man.
What do you mean? I pick what?
You said it only takes 4 to 6 weeks to recover from surgery.
I said recovery time is 4 to 6 weeks. That's I guess I would chalk that to the average person. Errol's not the average person. He's a fighter. So I say he deserves an extra few weeks to recover. But in the meantime, I mean, there's nothing Bud can do. Bud can only wait for Errol right now.
I don't know that.
I mean, that's all he can do.
I don't know that. You keep saying that. I don't know that.
Well, you understand contracts and all that stuff. I don't know.
I do understand contracts. Do you understand contracts?
I believe you do.
I know that I understand contracts.
Well,
Do you
I
understand
I don't
contracts?
know you, but I believe you do. I don't know for
Dude,
sure.
I'm telling you right now, I absolutely positively understand contracts.
And I'll take your word. I'll take your
I
word.
mean, I don't care if you take my word or not. I'm literally telling you that I know contracts, and anybody that talks to me knows I know contracts.
So I look cool. I'm not.
So let me tell you, I don't know if you know contracts. What's a contract?
I don't know contracts.
So let me explain to you something about a contract.
Sure.
Okay. You don't know what's in it unless you read it.
Right. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking, did you read it? Have you?
No, I did not read it. That's why I say I don't know.
So it's all speculation to put all this pressure on Terence to do this.
I'm not speculating about anything.
Well, he can't do anything right now.
That's speculation.
Errol has a rematch clause that
again, that's speculation. You're switching from it being speculation to it not being speculation. You're speculating.
We know that there's a contract. That there's
we do not know what the terms of that agreement is. So you're speculating that he can do or can't do something. You don't know.
We know there's a rematch clause, right? We do know that, right?
I don't. Yeah, I know that there is a rematch clause because they stated it. I don't know the terms of the rematch clause.
We know Errol.
Do you know it? Do you know the terms of the rematch clause?
Do know Errol exercised it, right?
Do you know the details of the rematch clause?
I know a few scant details of it.
Okay, so tell me the scant details that you know.
I know is that the loser had a right to exercise the rematch clause, and they had a deadline. And Errol did meet the deadline to exercise the rematch clause.
He did meet it.
I said he did. I said he did meet it. He met.
Okay, I'm just clarifying.
He met the deadline.
Okay, so he met the deadline. Do you know when it expires?
I heard December, but I don't know. I heard.
Okay, that's my whole point. I don't know.
However, I also know that the winner was allowed to pick the weight of the rematch. That's one of the details of the contract.
That's up for debate.
We don't.
That was up for debate.
So all I'm asking is, if Terence is under contract right now, what do you want him to do?
I'm already telling you, I will take anything. I don't care really. I will take any of several fights.
So just to talk about Boots. Boots is the IBF, right? He's the IBF champion now, right?
You asking questions that you know the answer to. Good.
Yeah,
yes, obviously he is.
Just so the people listening can be clear too. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So
no, you're not. You can stop here for boxing, bro. You're really searching, and I'm gonna make you continue to search. It's fun for me.
Talk boxing with you. I'm being serious.
I know. And then you are fishing like a champ. You are out here with your fishing pole. You are out here on a boat with a fishing pole, with a little hooks in your with a little bowl of bait and hooks in your cap, trying to catch something.
No, Boots.
Man, what point do you want to make here for boxing? Oh, hold on a second. T. Orlando said perpetuity, huh? Do you know what that means? You know what he means by that? Perpetuity?
No, I don't.
You don't know what the word perpetuity means?
I do not.
In perpetuity? It means forever.
Okay.
So he's saying perpetuity, huh? Like it lasts forever. It never expires. That's what he means.
But that is not on Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford lived up to his end of the deal, and now he has to wait.
Sir, you don't know that. You were back in there again talking about what you don't know.
So I'm trying to get to the Boots thing. Boots is a champion. Does Boots have a mandatory right now? Is his mandatory Cody Crowley or something?
No, he does not have a mandatory.
I thought somebody told me he had a mandatory.
No, he does not have a mandatory. Why would he have a mandatory? He was the mandatory. He was.
Because he got that belt. I thought there's a number one contender for it now.
No, he was the interim champion and the mandatory. He was it. He's not going to have one for a year.
They haven't moved anybody into that spot. Okay, got you. But there are contenders who can fight for that belt, right?
Yeah, we all know he can fight somebody. What's the point?
Yeah, so in the meantime, while Terence and Errol handle their business, Boots has business.
You don't know if they have business or not. Once again, you're talking about what you don't know.
They have a contract.
You don't know that. You said you don't know that. So why do you keep switching from you knowing that to you not knowing that?
Let's not do semantics. You know that they have a contract.
Not semantics. You said you don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
How do we not know if they're still talking about fighting each other?
We don't know. I don't know because Terence Crawford said it was over. What does he mean? I'm glad it's all over.
You hang on to every literal word Terence says, like to this.
Oh, I'm not holding on to every literal word. I'm telling you, here for boxing. Do you know if they have if that rematch clause is still valid? Do you know?
Has anyone said it's not anymore?
Do you know that it has or has not? Do you know this?
I would say it's not expired because no one
You
said it
don't
is.
know, though. You would
So
say it is not
Errol,
you knowing it.
Errol or Terence would have came out and said there's no contract anymore.
Why would they have?
Why wouldn't they?
Why would they?
Instead of all this internet back and forth games and
Dude,
stuff.
you don't know. Why don't you
Bro,
stop playing games, man?
I know that contract is
you don't know that.
valid.
You don't know that.
The contract
You just said to start off, you said you don't know that. But now you know that?
Listen, that contract.
Why are you claiming that you know things you don't know?
That is the biggest thing in boxing right now. Is Terence Crawford. I ain't gonna say the biggest thing. One of the biggest topics in boxing right now. Come on, man. If that contract was expired, we would know it.
Man, you got a point, man. Did you want to make you stop playing around?
I just made it. There's no playing.
Your point is that you want to see Terence Crawford. What's your point again, man?
Well, so I want to know what the point is of all this Terence.
That's not a point. That's a question.
Okay, well, my point is what's
that's not a point. Your point is not what. That's a question. Okay, your point is make a statement that you believe is true or false. You asking me a question is not a point. You're asking a question.
Okay, all right. I'll give you my point. My point is Terence Crawford is under contract, so therefore
you don't know that
he's under contract for 9. Stop, man. Stop it, man.
You don't know that.
Stop it. You know and I know he's under contract.
No, I don't know that.
You know he's under contract.
I don't know that.
For 9. That man is under contract right now.
I do not know that.
And I've also
heard to God. Hey, look, Scouts honor, man. I don't know that. I don't know that. I had heard that contract expired in December. If they don't have a network, if the time it expired, if they don't have somebody that is willing to pay for it, then it may have lapsed. It may have lapsed. It may have, and legitimately, we don't not exactly, T. Orlando. We don't know if and let me tell you what he means by K. That is legal shorthand for contract. If we don't know if the K expired, we don't know that. You act like I know that. I don't know that. You don't know that.
So all I'm getting at is this. It's simple. I've heard you say in the past that Terence Crawford will be making a huge mistake and looking past Errol Spence, right? And I think that's indeed true. So to do anything beyond Errol Spence right now until that's all settled would be a mistake. You got to deal with what's in front of you, not what's behind it. You have to deal with that right now.
I don't know if it's in front of him. When I said that, I knew it was in front of him. I don't know if it's in front of him.
Well, I mean, your videos indicate that.
My video that I did in the last 15 days.
What video that you did in the last 15 days?
That's my point.
Your videos.
Dude, I don't know. I don't do videos. You know, videos. I've been doing videos for 5 years.
Sure.
Okay, so some of the things that happened 5 years ago are not relevant anymore because more things have happened since the time of that video.
Cool, but we ain't talking about 5 years. We talking about.
Look, man, we gotta stop. We gotta stop right here, bro. We gotta stop.
7 days for now.
Hayden, be quiet. We're not interested in talking to your dumb ass. Look, sir, you do not know, nor do I know, if Terence Crawford has a enforceable agreement with Errol Spence Jr. as it relates to the rematch clause. We don't know that.
So until we know, why are we trying to push Bud to fight every time?
Because I want to see the fight. I want to see the fight, and I'm not pushing him to do anything.
So why don't you?
I'm not pushing I'm not pushing Terence Crawford to do anything. I have never called Terence Crawford. I have never picked up a phone and tried to get Terence Crawford's number. I am not petitioning the IBF or the WBA or the WBC to strip him. I'm not doing any of that. All I'm doing is talking on a YouTube channel with other boxing fans about what we want to have happen, what we think could happen.
So my question before
you got another question, man. You got a lot of questions.
One more, man. I said
and no answers. And you got a lot of questions and dishonest answers.
No, there's no dishonest answers. So why don't you want Errol to fight anybody? Because I don't hear you.
I do want Errol to fight somebody.
Who do you want him to fight?
I don't know. Let me see.
Gervonta Ennis?
I'd love to see him fight. I don't want to see him fight Gervonta Ennis.
Why
no,
not?
I don't.
Why not?
Because Errol Spence Jr. is at 154, and I don't want Gervonta Ennis. I don't want Gervonta Ennis. I don't want Gervonta Ennis. Excuse me. I don't want Gervonta Ennis to leave 147 pounds until he gets those belts. That's what I want for Gervonta Ennis. I don't want Errol Spence. You want to know what I want? I'm answering your question. Why are you talking?
Because you just told a story.
I didn't tell a story. I'm telling you the truth.
You just told me a few weeks ago when I told you Errol was at 154 and it was his Instagram bio. You said he's not at 154 because he hasn't fought there yet.
Okay, fair enough. I don't want him to be at 147. I want him.
Okay,
to be
but since he
154.
is, why don't you push for the Gervonta?
Because I don't want to see Gervonta because he doesn't have a belt, number one, and Terence Crawford does.
But he can fight for one. He can get a belt.
But he doesn't have one.
Errol can fight.
I want to see. It's what I want. You're asking me what I want, and I'm telling you what I want. Fuck your opinion.
Come on,
I'm telling you what I want.
Ooh,
I want Errol Spence Jr. at 154. That's what I want.
Gervonta doesn't.
I want Terence Crawford. I want Terence Crawford to fight at 147 and defend that belt against the guy that's got the IBF. That's what I want. Unless Terence Crawford decides to drop the belts, then go to 154. At what point in time I would be like, you can fight Errol in a rematch. That's what I want.
You told me you just want to see good fights, right?
I'm not just. I got some specific things that I want in this world.
What's wrong with Errol? What's wrong with Errol challenging for Gervonta's belt?
Nothing.
So why don't you want to see it?
Because I want to see something else.
It makes the rematch even better with Bud. So
no, I don't want. No, I don't think so.
Because now they can fight for.
That's what you want.
They can have.
I don't want that.
Bout.
You look, bro. I don't like vanilla ice cream. I like chocolate. Okay. What I have the right to want what the fuck I want to want. Okay. You're just trying to find some dumb shit to argue about, man. That's it.
No, I'm just saying.
You're searching for some dumb shit to argue about.
I just there's a lot of
no. You skipped from why don't I want to see Errol and Terence Crawford rematch to all the way to
that wasn't the conversation.
Yes, you did. That's what you started off with.
It's not. No, it's not. I never said that. That was not the conversation. You can rewind the tape. I asked you, what do you want from Terence?
I don't want, and I'm telling you, I could a bunch of shit, anything. Give me something.
So what do you want from Errol?
What do you want?
I want Errol.
I'm sick of answering your questions.
I want.
Let me be very cool. Let me be very clear. I'll put you on mute because I'm trying to be polite.
Go ahead, bro.
Dog, stop trying to find something to argue with me about. You're just searching randomly for something to disagree about. That's it. You're just randomly looking for anything you can bump into. You didn't call here with a point. You called here to find something you could contradict me on. That's it. You're arguing for the sport of it. You don't really have a point at all. If I have an opinion, I have an opinion, and I have a right to my opinion.
Do you have or no? No. I heard you say you're gonna mute me. I just stopped talking.
Man, good. Thank God.
Well, the reason my thing is you invite people up here for the quote unquote smoke, and then we come and talk, and you don't want to talk.
Dude, you're not smoke. You're a fucking fart in the wind. Cool. Your shit stinks. You're not even making an argument.
Come on, man.
You're just turning around. All you're doing is looking around for something to disagree about.
No,
if you have a legitimate argument that you would like to have, I would have it with you. But you're not. You jumped up here asking me questions. You jumped up here and said, why? What do you think? My point is, why do you? That's not a point. That's a question.
I'm just simply asking, what do you want from Terence Crawford?
And I'm simply telling you that you can't simply ask a question and a debate start. You have to have a premise. You have to have a premise to debate, not a question that you can nag about. Not some question where you ask me my not some question where you're asking me my subjective opinion so you can nag about it and try to find contradictions in it. That's not a debate. You have to have a premise.
It's not. It's not a debate to me. I'm not debating. I'm just asking.
And you're not getting any smoke because that's what the smoke is. The smoke is a debate.
Well, like I said, you put out multiple.
Let me start a debate with you since you don't know how to do it and you're just trying to nag me.
Come on, man.
That's what you're trying to do. You're nagging me, man. That's all you're doing. You're nagging me. You're nagging me. You're nagging is what you're doing. You're not arguing. You're nagging.
No, I'm asking you questions.
I sit down on the couch. I sit down on the couch with my girlfriend. My girlfriend says, God, dog, why don't you use the coaster? I just want to ask you a question. Why don't you use the coaster? Because it's my table and I don't want to use a coaster. But you said you don't want your table dirty. If you don't use a coaster, then isn't your cable going to be dirty? Oh, man,
come on, man.
Give me the coaster. I'll put my cup on a coaster. Shit. Can I watch television? You got something you want to talk about?
I'm talking
about. No, let me ask you a question. Let me debate you since you want the smoke.
Sure, for now.
What was Teofimo Lopez the undisputed champion?
No, you said he wasn't.
No, I said he was.
No, you said he wasn't. We going back to this again?
You're lying on me.
Are we going back to this?
I said Teofimo Lopez was not an undisputed champion.
You said it recently, but you also said in the
video. I said that Teofimo Lopez was not an undisputed champion.
Yes, you did. You did say that.
You're a fucking liar.
Yes, you did.
Get your bitch ass off my channel and go away. I'm not interested in somebody just gonna stone cold fucking lie. Get out of here. See what you do? You're just gonna say I said something. That's not a debate. That's not a debate, clown. You're nagging me. That's it. You just want to get up here and nag. You want to nag. I don't like your beard. You said you weren't gonna wear your beard anymore. So why you got a beard? You said you don't like how that beard looks on your face, so why you got one now? See? Man, dog, look, dog, get away from me, man, today. That's not even fun, bro. Seriously, man. He's talking about your conversation with Rick Timms. He said Tia wasn't undisputed. You say Devin wasn't. No, I did not. You guys don't. Sorry, bro. Teofimo Lopez was undisputed and Devin Haney was undisputed. The inability to follow the argument doesn't mean that I didn't. Doesn't change what my argument was. Okay, I have never made the argument that Devin Haney was not undisputed. Since we know Devin Haney is undisputed, and Devin Haney wouldn't be undisputed if Teofimo Lopez wasn't undisputed, that means that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed because Devin Haney is undisputed. I know full well Devin Haney's undisputed. Never made the argument that he wasn't. Fanon, you've evolved. It pleases my heart. Claymore Rain, man, please. Hey, D-Murray said, oh, my guy. Yeah, oh, man. He said, oh, no, my guy, R.I.P. John Bowie. He got me my wrench. Heart goes out to family and friends. Yes, sir, D. Murphy. No doubt about it. There's a link for anybody to really. I don't want to be nagged, man. Okay, seriously, bro. I got a wife and she barely does that. All right, I got a daughter to nag me. My daughter will nag the shit out of me, and I love her for it. But I don't need no grown man coming up here trying to call. Yes, Deborah Booker, John Bowie passed away last night of a heart attack. R.I.P. to John Bowie. Hey, seriously, man. Here for boxing, you suck. Okay, you suck at this. Okay. Let's be very, very clear what I think. I am having a boxing conversation, right? Claymore, what do you need? What's up? Hey, you're on. You gotta mute.
All right. What do you mean I gotta mute myself? It sounds bad?
Yeah, you were getting feedback. YouTube. I can hear it.
Okay, that's weird, but I'm gonna fix that right now.
Derek Choice in the building said, how do you think I gotta put you on mute, bro.
All right. How about now?
Hello?
How does it sound now?
Derek Choice said, how do you think Loma George Kambosos plays out? Lomachenko beating the tar out of that man. That's what I think. I think Lomachenko gonna beat the tar out of George Kambosos and become the IBF champion. I don't even think it's a close fight. I think that's a one-sided whooping. I don't even think it's a close fight.
I co-sign that.
What's up, Claymore Rain?
No, man, just chilling, man. Hey, man, I was complimenting you, man. I'm telling you, I like the way I see like it used to look like you used to get upset, and I don't see you getting upset no more. And I think it's a great thing, bro. I think you're enjoying yourself. I used to feel like you got angry. I don't feel like that no more. Or maybe I'm bugging. I haven't been around for a while.
You're bugging. I just flipped out. First of all, man, let me be very clear. I like getting angry.
Oh wow, okay.
The two things can be true. I like cussing out people, dog. I like fighting. I like it.
Okay.
I enjoy it greatly. Like
That's
when
what's
some
up.
tell you, man, it's like when somebody says something that is I think is really, really stupid and they're trying to play me.
Right.
Absolutely, positively, I enjoy cussing people out. It is part of who I am.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's
So
all I
no,
was saying
dog,
in
I'm
my
not
statement. I don't
maturing.
know.
I'm
I
I,
I
I'm
was
I'm not
enjoying
maturing. I'm not. And let me
evolving.
let me be very clear about this, Claymore Rain.
Okay.
I'm a 54-year-old man.
Yes, sir.
I don't allow myself to be judged by others in that regard. Like for you to say that I see growth coming from you.
I see what you're saying.
That tells me that you think you can judge where I am in my life. So
Uh,
I will
maybe. I
naturally
guess. I see what you're
see how
saying.
my mind works with that. I'm like,
I
hold
see what
on,
you're
man, you
saying.
ain't my mama. My
I see
mama
what you're
gets to
saying.
tell me that. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm only kind of half joking, but I'm joking.
No,
What's
no,
on your
but I
mind,
agree
bro?
with you. I agree with you. That's true. That is what I'm doing in a way. But I really was just trying to compliment it. I like seeing it, so that's what I was trying to say. But look, man. At the end of the day, man, we all want to see the great fights, man. I want to see the great fights. I thought that was an interesting question, or for me, it was a question as far as the expiration on the contract between Errol and Terence. That's a good. I never put that. Like, I don't know if it expired. That's true. Like, how long does that contract last? And I know you don't know that. You said because you don't know, you didn't read the contract. But if the contract has expired, then look, man, I think there's options on the table. Boots Ennis is definitely one of them for sure for Terence Crawford. I want to see the Boots fight. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. You know what I mean? And what he decides to do, if he wants to become 3-time undisputed or not become, whatever he wants to do. But that contract part, that was a light bulb moment for me. I'm like, damn, did it expire in December?
Man, look, man. Let me explain something to you. Leo Shang said, if and when Loma wins, you think he will fight Tank? No, I do not. I don't think Bob Arum wants any of those dudes to fight Tank. Bob wants that money. All right, let me be really, 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 really clear here.
Uh-huh.
As far as this goes, you have issues with agreements or contracts. One is whether or not the terms that is related to the terms and what the terms specifically are and what the agreement is. The other is whether it's enforceable or not.
Right.
So you can know what you agreed to. However, if it's not enforceable, for example, there are no damages associated with it,
Right.
then what difference does it make? So in cases that I've seen around rematch clauses, when somebody has tried to get out of the rematch clause, and T. Orlando, who is a practicing attorney right now in a specific jurisdiction, can be a bit more specific in his jurisdiction as an example, and that's why I always like T. Orlando being here.
Right.
Here's the issue. Whether or not a court is going to actually enforce it or not. In order to have an agreement be enforceable and for them to give you some type of remedy for your grievance, you have to claim and have to experience some type of damages.
Right.
My understanding is the way that it has been these contracts has happened before is whether or not that would cause not giving the rematch clause or honoring the rematch clause would cause irreparable harm to the party.
Right.
In the instances that I've seen a court enforce it, two of them, one was with Lennox Lewis and Hakeem Rahman, and the other with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. It revolved the question of the age of the fighter and their ability to ever fight for a championship again, considering their age and where they are in their career, would have created an irreparable harm to Lennox Lewis and to Deontay Wilder, and that was one of the reasons that the court issued an injunction. I think that's what they have to do, issue injunctive relief to prevent that fighter from fighting somebody else and not honoring that contract, right? So that's the best I can state it. I'm sure that T. Orlando can be more crisp with it, or Christian Christian, if you still listening after that ass whooping you took, could put in there, in a little bit more crispy fashion. So there's that issue. So one, we don't know whether or not it expired or not. And if it did expire, were there reasons that it expired where there was an acquiescence to the date and so it's still valid? And then if it is still valid, whether or not the court would enforce it, or a mediator or an arbitrator would enforce it, and whether or not just the fight itself would be what they need, or whether the belts have to be online. Because if Errol wants to fight at 154, then it means the belts are not online, are not on the line. So therefore, it may not be irreparable harm that he's experiencing, which would allow them to enforce it. So what I'm saying is that shit is not as simple, straightforward as us talking about what's going on YouTube. Exactly. When I talked to here for boxing, I was being honest. I wasn't playing games. I was being honest. I don't know. So what I'm doing is I can argue in the alternative. On one side, if the rematch is enforceable, then Terence Crawford would have to fight Errol Spence Jr. If the agreement is in place, still in place, and it's enforceable, then yeah, Errol would need to do that. But if we assume, because we're a YouTube channel and we're not a court of law, right, and we just assume that it's not, then okay, man, I want to see Errol and Terence Crawford fight. But this idea that they don't have a network preventing it is bullshit. And it's bullshit in two different reasons. Number one, we don't know where Canelo Alvarez's network is right now. Do we? What? We don't know if Canelo Alvarez has a network right now. Any more than we know if Gervonta Ennis has one or Terence has one. Do we? No.
I assumed it was PBC, but I guess.
But they're saying, but you can't assume that because they've not announced any fights. And part of the reason people are saying there's no network is because it's not been announced that Gervonta Ennis has a network with the PBC to air the fight, or that Terence has a network. Right now, we do not know whether or not Terence Crawford has a network to fight on, Errol Spence has a network to fight on, Gervonta Ennis has a network to fight on, Errol Spence has Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence, any of these guys. According to the same logic these guys are using, because they haven't announced the fight cards yet. It seems to me that they got one though, because Gervonta Ennis ain't acting like he doesn't.
Right. To be honest with you, I saw Bozy Ennis actually comment saying that they have something squared away, that they're not worried about, then they're actually ready to fight. He said that a few weeks ago. He said as far as their ability to make a fight, they're fully capable of making a fight right now, and that they had a deal. They just didn't square it away if it was PBC or if it was the zone or what they were working with. But he said that's not an issue right now. That's actually squared away. So, yeah, I don't think a network is an issue for a fight to be set up. I think it's about a fight being set up. I thought that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford's contract was stopping Terence Crawford from coordinating fights. And maybe, like you said, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I just never put to thought the expiration thing. When Here for Boxing brought that up, I really didn't think about that part. And you saying that, there was an expiration potentially that we're not aware of, which is interesting. There's so many moving parts of this whole entire thing. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing all those fights, man. I'm interested in seeing great boxing. And so Teofimo, so he was undisputed or he wasn't undisputed? Like,
he was undisputed. Well, let me tell you. All right, so we have rules.
Right.
So in order to be undisputed, anybody to be undisputed, you have to have a rule that you follow to name them undisputed.
Right.
So my argument is very, very easy and clear. Right. That we are in a 4-belt era. Are we not? Isn't that what everybody agrees with?
Yes, sir.
So who are the 4 belts?
WBA,
WBC, WBO, and the IBF, correct?
Right. Yes, sir.
And you are the undisputed champion if you are the main champion, because they all have multiple belts.
Right.
Okay. They all have multiple belts. WBO got multiple belts. Oh, I don't think the WBO does. The IBF does. The WBC does. The WBA does. So each one of those sanctioning bodies are the ones that name their champion.
Right.
You are the undisputed champion of all 4 major sanctioning bodies, the WBO, the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF. Name you their champion for the purpose of undisputed.
Right.
So, therefore, the question is, did all 4 major belts name Devin Haney as the champion for the purposes of undisputed? Yes. The WBC did, the IBF did, the WBA did, the WBO did. So he's undisputed. Right. Did all 4 major championship belts say that Teofimo Lopez was their main champion for the purposes of undisputed? Yes. The WBA, the WBC, the IBF, and the WBO all said that. So for the same rule that was applied to Devin, you apply it to Teofimo Lopez. They're both undisputed. To me, that seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. I mean, yes. Yeah. Okay. So
what's the argument
for him not? What's the argument for him not being undisputed?
That people don't like the decision by the WBC. They don't like the WBC. They don't like the rules in the WBC.
Okay, so they're not honoring what the WBC said.
Yeah, they're not honoring what the WBC said. Jonas Harrison, man, I'm going to block you forever if you don't click this link. That's not true. It's very, very true what I said. It's very true what I said.
I mean, you and him could hash it out, but from what you just explained to me, I agree with you. But I don't know if there's a missing part that he's going to highlight. We'll see.
Nothing. I'm going to tell you what they're going to say. I can already tell you what they're going to say because I've already ran through this shit like 100 times.
Right.
They're going to say, well, BoxRec doesn't list that on their website.
Why don't they list that on their website?
I don't know, nor do I care because it's not their decision.
Right. Okay. All right.
It's not the BoxRec's decision.
I'm gonna call.
It could be that they didn't list it because they don't have the belt listed at all on their drop-down menu, and they haven't gotten to it yet. Still, it doesn't matter because it's not because BoxRec doesn't get a vote. BoxRec doesn't get a vote, and then they say, well, why doesn't Ring Magazine say it? Who cares? Ring Magazine doesn't get a vote.
Right.
Because
they're
again,
operating on opinions too, probably. Maybe
no,
they don't like
what's the rule? Well. Let's go back to the rule. See, watch here, man. Can somebody, T Orlando, can you give me a crime and the elements necessary to prove that somebody can you give me the are you there, T Orlando? Can you give me a crime and the elements necessary to prove somebody is guilty of committing that crime? Because every rule has an element.
Right.
And you have to, ninjas swear by BoxRec. Yeah, the only problem is BoxRec doesn't get a vote. So please, can you help me out? It doesn't matter, Jonas. So what if they list it? You're just bad at arguing, bro. I'm not in the mood. You're just wrong. Okay? You're just wrong, and you're gonna have to be wrong. Okay? BoxRec does not have the ability to name a champion. It depends on what? Just give me one, man. Just give me the name and give me 3 elements, bro, because I don't know the elements anymore. What do you mean he was never listed as the WBA champion? The WBA franchise, he absolutely was listed as the WBC franchise champion. So what? Hey, Jonas, Devin Haney was never listed as the WBA champion. Never. He was never listed as the WBA champion. Anyway, I'm throwing you out of here, Jonas, because you spread ignorance, and I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay? Unless you click the link, bro, come back if you click the link. Until then, you're just a distraction. Anyway, thanks, Claymore Ring.
No doubt. Thanks for the explanation, man. I'll hit you a little bit later.
Anytime, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Look, man, I'm not trying to hear that dumb shit. You guys trying to steal it. Yeah, click that link or be easy. Yeah, you're just nagging me. You're just nagging me and calling me wrong. Dude, everybody and their mother knew perfectly well that the WBC said that Lomachenko was elevated to the WBC franchise title. And that the WBC franchise is a designation given to a champion. It's in their rules. Now we've never heard him ever called a champion before. Man, I get seriously, man. You guys don't get to make up you don't get votes over what you don't get votes over. You know what I mean? Listed where? It wasn't listed. It was listed on the WBC website. It said it very clearly. Teofimo Lopez, franchise champion. Absolutely. It said that. But we don't really know if there's such thing as a WBC franchise because it's not on BoxRec. But you know it is. Yeah, we know it's real, but it's not really real. I know it's real, but it's not really real. Huh? Hey, man, for real, y'all are wild, man. Hey, man, yeah, exactly. Now, see, speak the truth. You don't like Teofimo Lopez. Wasn't they mad at BoxRec for having Tank over Devin on their pound for pound list? They only use it when it helps their arguments. They're not even using it. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. You know what that's saying? Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. I know, and you know full well that Teofimo Lopez was the WBC franchise champion. You know he was. So why are you acting like you don't know he was? Well, I don't see it written here. Come on, man. Hey, man, you owe me $100. Man, I'm telling you, man, I still hold this against this dude. I still hold it against this dude. I bet somebody one time, it was like $5 that the New Orleans Saints wouldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs. They didn't even make it to the playoffs, and the guy wouldn't pay the bet because he said, well, they didn't make it to the playoffs, so I don't owe you money. Dog, the bet was that they wouldn't make it out of it. They didn't get out of it. You owe me money because they didn't get out of it. In order for you to win, they needed to get out of it. They didn't get out of it. Did they? Because they didn't even get in it. You can't get out of something you never got in. Wouldn't pay the bet. Still got a sense of disrespect out of that, right? I still remember that. It was 30 years ago that shit happened, and I still remember it. Is she a drug cheat? I don't know. I'm waiting for the answer. I don't know yet. She's pretty enough for me to give her the benefit of the doubt until I hear it. Once she gets suspended, then I'll know. Until then, she's accused like she's accused just like other people are. Lost money last night because I thought Stanford would throw a pick. I said Teal was undisputed. They say they have to say Kambosos is 2, and that doesn't sit well with them. Look, man, I don't care, man. The only reason nobody called him that was because it was Devin. That's it. What's up, Rick Timms? And the fact that they don't like it. Hey, Fanon, why you bring that after my sorry boys laid an egg yesterday? What you talking about, LaMarcus Robinson? Oh. No, she's not suspended. She's not suspended. I mean, if she didn't get stripped, let me be clear. She did not get stripped of her titles. And I don't know if she's suspended or not. That she's under investigation. That's what I know. I don't know if I haven't heard that she's suspended, I don't believe. Fanon, they didn't say anything about Canelo. No, I mean, nobody liked it, but he was still a champion because it's not your vote. Just like Gervonta, they want to say Gervonta Davis got elevated. He didn't get elevated. I'm sorry, man. I can't really deal with you guys with your inaccuracies. Hey, Rick Timms. Derek Bastion, you must be him. You're a fucking idiot, Derek Bastion. Awesome questions. Yesterday and the day before, he said nobody wanted smoke and he couldn't get any smoke. Great job bringing that smoke. Derek, watch this, bro. Derek Bastion. I've already blocked you multiple times, bro. You're fake. You're him. You are here for boxing. Get your bitch ass out of my face, bro. I'm not here to question. You're nagging. You're nagging and you're lying. That what smoke? That pointless gibberish. Here's a link. That pointless gibberish. You want to ask me questions till I turn purple in the face? For now, Tank got elevated from stop it. Stop. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. He got elevated from there. Of course, that's him. That's you saying that shit. Fake asses. Y'all some frauds, man. That's all right, though. We know it. Toyota. We know y'all frauds. We know y'all frauds. Rollo doesn't click the link anymore, man. Rollo done got fried up too many times. Rollo will at least do this, but I'm so sick of that conversation because it's just obvious that he is. I think that is a matter of fact that that man was undisputed. Just like it's a matter of fact that Terence Crawford, that Errol Spence, that Devin Haney is. You guys are just some haters. That's why you guys hating on Teofimo Lopez. And if you want to hate on Teofimo Lopez, there's plenty of things to hate on him about. That's not the elements. That's the definition, Primo. That's the definition. I need the elements. Show me your face.
Bud killed John Boy, faggot.
Wow. Man, you really put something on your head, didn't you, huh? You really put something on your head, didn't you? Man. May it find you, and may it find you soon, sir. And in fact, I think it already found you. You're broke, aren't you? You don't have a lot of money, do you? Nor a lot of friends, do you? You're not a very happy person, are you? Hey, I saw you. You can jump on there, Joan. I saw you. Your device is not connected. No, I'm not going to get on them. I just want to let you know that that's why you are where you are right now. That is the reason you're not happy. Is because of that. What's going on to the dude named Dave, man? The dude, hey, so petty. No, that's what they are. It's just a miserable human being. And I'm happy that you're miserable. You got the best hand, my man. What is that? Yeah. I mean, look, why? Shouldn't bother you, man. John Boy is gone, bro. John Boy is gone, man. John Boy is still with his family, though. He's still here. He's still loved. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rick, it's tough. Hey, I'm waiting on you, man. You got to be able to connect your thing, though. Hey, yeah, man, show up the likes, man. Can we get? I don't know what it is. Let's see. We'll see what the likes are. Hey, man, y'all hit that like button, man. Can we get the likes over 400, man? It would be great. But really, man, appreciate the color in the chat that everybody dropped. Soda Black said, to Fanon and all the real ones in the chat. Yes, sir, Soda Black. Yeah, they're miserable people. And I'm happy he's miserable. Because he worked so hard to bring it upon himself. That's the definition, brother. Anyway, thank you. Jeffrey Brooks, man, said Lions all day. Man, the Lions. Shout out to Detroit, man. Shout out to Detroit. Don't worry about it, man. I don't want to do. Don't worry about it. Cielo Primo. Don't worry about it. Here. Oh, man, I don't want to do it. I'm so rusty. Fanon, they must have forgot how long Crawford made Spence wait the first negotiation. Man, look, he should make that dude wait forever, man. I'm good. I'm just hey, man. He ain't crying no. I'm not crying no tears over that. Frequent Flyer. What's going on, Frequent Flyer?
Salute, Fanon. Hey,
Salute.
I'm not going to come up here and talk to you about the belts, although it's tempting, because I know we just gonna go around in the circle with that. But you blocked Rollo though.
No, I didn't.
I saw him in the block void.
No, he's not.
I was talking with Rollo. He said you blocked him. He said he was blocked.
He's lying. I've seen him. He came on. Yes, he clicked the link yesterday. He just didn't. He just dropped out. I've seen him multiple times this weekend where I can see them. Rollo, if Rollo say he's blocked, Rollo is lying.
Oh,
because
man.
I promise you, I've seen Rollo. And then I was like, man, let me hurry up and get to Rollo. And then Rollo dropped out. That's why I kept saying you can click the link, Rollo. Rollo's not blocked. Rollo making shit up. If Rollo
I saw him
said
2 days ago, and that's what he said. 2 days ago.
I saw Rollo yesterday and the day before. So no, Rollo is not blocked.
Oh, okay. Maybe in the chat or something.
He's not blocked, and I don't even think he's blocked in the chat. He may be blocked in the chat. He ain't blocked to get on his link, though. I can't speak on that. He's highly likely to get blocked out there.
Yeah, because Rollo good for the ecosystem, man. You can't get rid of him in the chat.
Let me tell you, man.
You can't get rid of all the sharks in the ocean, man.
Man, them niggas, man.
He can't help it if some fans floating around with their arms missing.
That motherfucker want to talk about smoke coming here expelling gas. Like, you just asking me a bunch of questions. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. Well, I got another ask. Dude, all you're trying to do is keep me pinned into a corner asking your question, answering your questions, which allow you to take the conversation anywhere you want it to go at any time.
I'm not trying to trip him up, though.
I'm not tricking. You're not tripping me up by making me sit here and do an interview. You ain't fucking Oprah.
No, I said you be trying to trip him up. I be seeing it.
I do be tripping his ass up.
What do you mean? Y'all be trying to confuse him.
Dog, let me ask. Hey, let's have a debate. Hey, why don't you like Errol Spence?
I like Errol Spence.
That's not what you said in that video that I saw. In that video, I said you clearly said that you thought Errol Spence Jr. Lost that fight with Terence Crawford.
Oh, you saying that's what he be doing?
No, but let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. Why'd you say that, though? See, because we all know that really means you don't like him. So why is it that you don't like Errol Spence?
I didn't say that.
I saw a video that you did, and it said that you thought Errol lost to Terence Crawford. If you thought he won, if you liked him, you would have said he thought he won. Come on, man. We all know that. Stop lying. So why don't you like him? Just explain that to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't be seeing Rollo do that, but
Dude, no, that's what Here for Boxing does over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh no, we was talking about Rollo though.
Oh, Rollo just be lying.
No, Rollo be lying. I think you just be confusing him with the things you be saying. You be
no. Hell no. The truth, you can't confuse the truth.
Like when he said he shadow boxed him, and then you convinced him that he was saying the wrong thing, and you switched it to slap boxing, and then that made the whole thing seem like it was impossible. When he was talking about shadow boxing in the beginning, shadow boxing is just throwing a couple punches, playful punches, not actually contact involved.
No, that's
but then
not
when
what
you say slap box,
not what shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing is no contact because it's not with another person. You're actually looking at.
No, that's not what shadow boxing is. Shadow boxing is you looking up against your shadow and you throwing punches against yourself. It's a shadow.
I think
That's
that was a
shadow
metaphor.
boxing, bro.
That's a metaphor. You don't
No, it's
actually
not.
box the
That's how you
shadow.
shadow box. You don't you shadow box by putting yourself up against the shadow and you duck in the shadow. That's a fucking shadow box.
So if you're
Shadow
not
boxing
casting
is
that,
just
so
you.
if there's no big shadow, then you can't shadow box. That's what you're saying.
You're shadow boxing yourself. You don't shadow box somebody else.
I think it's a meta.
Bro. You shadow box yourself. That's it. You can say there may not be a shadow, but you shadow box. You do shadow boxing by your goddamn self.
Shadow
Nobody's
boxing is just
involved.
throwing punches, right? Just throwing
No.
imaginary punches at an imaginary.
Oh, bro, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. Okay.
I get thrown off for anything, man.
Dog, yeah, you are, because you just be arguing some ridiculous
Somebody say I'm like
You
Jazzy Jeff on that show. I just get tossed all the time.
You don't shadow box with someone else. You don't
shadow boxing is just throwing punches though, Fanon, but not actually having contact.
Shadow box. He said, I shadow boxed Ali.
Yeah, you shadow somebody. You just throw punches and then they throwing punches back, but it's no contact.
So he stood behind him and he threw the exact same punches that Ali was punching.
No, they was facing each.
That's enough. I can't keep doing it. I gotta let you go. You're going all day with that. Okay, you're going all day with that. All right, I can't do that anymore, bro. I can't do that. That's not fun for me. Hey, I want to discuss something you said yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Big game, James. Let me put this in here. You shadow box by yourself. You don't shadow box with someone. So I said, how did you shadow box with? Oh, I meant slap box. And then he slap boxed him, which means you need to get slapped. Dog, y'all are wild, bro. Man. For now, we got a 10 count. For the OG, yes, another 10 count. Yes, sir, for John Boy for sure. You all make a lot of really, 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 really dumb arguments. Okay? And I'm supposed to sit here with your dumb ass arguments and talk to you all damn day. Like, for real. Give me 1 second. I got you. All right. Hey, James, there you go, brother. I put that link in there for you. Dude, seriously, man. Freaking Flyer, come on, man. I don't want to be having you just be wanting dumb arguments. Slap boxing, he was really slap boxing him. He wasn't slap boxing him. A boxing mind, I know. Boxing Mind said, Fanon, that caller was lying. Shadow boxing is visualizing your opponent and his tendencies, then working on the strategy. Exactly, bro. Hence, shadow. Rollo Green.
Man, that's really sad what you do, man. I don't appreciate you calling me a liar, man. You know what I mean? I think it's you being a piece of shit, homie. Then you do got me blocked, man. Because the thing is, I just talk boxing, and you block me because
how you blocked you on? How are you blocked, bro? I'm talking to you right now.
I can't talk in the chat,
nigga. I didn't block you.
So somebody can block me forever from the chat, other than you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. My wrench only lasted 30 minutes. Who takes my wrench? Is that you to take the wrench? Or anybody?
The block button does, dog. The block button does.
Anybody can take anybody's wrench.
Hey, Bob, look, man, you want to talk about something, man, or you
won't
want to
talk
call
about
me
you
a
keep
piece of
calling me
shit?
a liar, man. Come on, man. I got kids in the family I raised, man. You keep calling me a liar, man. You been a
Hey,
piece
man,
of shit.
tell him to turn off the show, bro.
No, I'm talking about you calling me a liar. That's the only
And
reason
you
why.
just called me a piece of shit.
Yeah, because you are a piece of shit. When you
And
keep
you
calling
are a
me
liar. And you are a liar.
All right. I just want to let you know you do got me blocked. You did take my wrench and block me. And you keep calling me a liar, which makes you a piece of shit, man. That ain't
And you keep calling me a piece of shit that makes you a liar.
Well, if you
And
stop
you
calling
not
me a
blocked
liar,
because you on the channel.
shit.
You keep calling me a piece
You
of
know what I
shit
mean?
that makes you a
So
liar.
that's all I wanted, man. You know,
Yeah,
you
man.
blocked me. And I did meet in slap box and shadow box Ali 3
You
times.
slap boxed and shadow boxed him?
Yeah, whichever one you want to call it, since you like to use wordplay to try to degrade and belittle people. But you know,
Like
that's
calling
what
me
you
a
do.
piece of shit.
I'll call you a piece of shit because you're on here lying. See what I'm
And
saying?
I call you a piece, and I call you a liar because you think I'm a piece of shit.
No, it don't work like that.
It does work that way.
I ain't lied about nothing. See what I'm saying? But you such a piece of shit that you call me a liar about something I ain't
And you
lied
such
about.
a, and you thinking,
You know what I'm saying?
I think you lying. I don't think
Okay.
you slap boxed Ali. I don't believe you ever slapped him.
All right,
I don't believe it.
I don't think I did slap him. I was probably 14.
Also, I
15th
don't
grade.
believe that you read those rules you said you read.
I read all the rules.
The last time that I said, the last time you said you read the rules, I said, really? Give me the number of the rule. And you weren't able to give me the number of the rule.
I didn't say I mesmerized the rules. I read them.
Mesmerized? You mean memorized?
Yeah. I didn't say I mesmerized them. I read them. Yeah. I read them. I
Hey,
read the
Rollo,
first
you
Harry
got something
Potter
to say?
book.
You want to talk about boxing, man?
I want you to stop getting on here calling me a liar about the old Ali thing, man. You know what I'm saying? What?
Can I call you a liar about having read that rule?
I mean, you would just be lying. Why would you want
Did
to
you
do
read
that
the
as a
rule?
man, though? Yes,
Did you
I
read
read
the
the
rule?
rules.
Did you read that rule? Did you
Yes, I
read that
read the
rule?
rules. Yes, I read
What
the
rule
rules.
is that? What rule did you read?
I read all the rules. I read the
You read
whole.
all the rules?
I read the whole WBA rules.
All of them?
Yeah, I read all. Yeah, I read the
You read
whole
all
rules.
the rules?
Yes, the whole rules on the
Where do you get
WBA.
the rules?
You pull them up. What do you mean?
Where they at?
Google
What
them.
website? What website?
You pull up the WB. Matter of fact, you go to Wikipedia, right? Then you tap on whoever got the WBA belt or WBC belt. When it pop up in blue, you tap on that, and it take you to the site, and then it give you whatever you want to know about, whatever belt you want to know about.
Really? Do you get it? Do you get it? Is it on? Is it on? What form is it on?
What you mean? What form is it on?
Is it listed on the website or is it a PDF?
I don't know. I probably wasn't paying attention to that. But when you go to when you go to Wikipedia and look up whoever you want to look up, like Carlos Ortiz that you lied about, having 9 title defenses.
He does have 9 title defenses.
No, he don't. I told you 3 of those fights was 9-title fights.
So you're calling me a liar?
Yes, you're a liar.
Okay, no worries. Here we go.
And not just you just uninformed and so worried about beating O'Rallo that you.
I'm about to beat the shit out of O'Rallo.
You would jump off the cliff to be right without doing your homework.
Oh, no worries. I'm gonna beat the shit out of O'Rallo right now.
Which is kind of piece of shitish to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't do that. I would never blurt out my mouth something if I don't know. I would
sure.
say,
No worries, bro. No worries, Carlos. Hey, no worries, man. Let's make sure Let me make sure I don't lie on O'Rallo.
Just like Tyson Fury and Nagano wasn't for a belt.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure.
Fights back to back that wasn't for a belt.
Let me make sure I don't lie on O'Rallo.
But but I appreciate if you can
man, I'm gonna make sure I don't lie on O'Rallo. Hold on one second, O'Rallo.
You be so enthused when you want to do your homework because you try to say the reason why you think I'm lying is because Ali lived in Chicago in 91, 92.
Rollo, excuse me, sir. I'm about to go through this lie you just told right here. No worries. No worries, brother. This is Carlos Ortiz right here. Okay? This is Carlos Ortiz right here. 1963, Carlos Ortiz. He's the WBC champion here, right?
He was the first WBC lightweight champion ever.
This is Douglas Vallant. He wins the WBC championship with Douglas Vallant. Then he has 2 non-title fights. Then he defends it for the first time. Then he defends it for the second time, and then he has a non-title to fight.
Okay, so
Then he defends it for a third time. Then he defends it for a fourth time. Then he has a non-title fight. Then he defends it for the fifth time. Then the sixth time. Then he has a non-title fight. Then he defends it for the seventh time. Then he defends it for the eighth time. Then he defends it for the ninth time. And then after that, he doesn't defend it again. See, the problem, Rollo, is that he had non-title defenses, but he was still the champion. Do you realize that when you have a non-title defense, you still hold the championship?
That don't mean it's a title defense.
I didn't say it because I said he had 9. I didn't count the ones that he didn't have. If I counted the ones that were not title defenses, let's see how many he would have.
You had to.
Excuse me, sir, I don't have to because I'm going to tell you right here what they are.
You had to because he didn't have none.
Look, no, sir. Look, here's this. I didn't count this. He holds the title here. He holds the title here. But then guess what? He fights at 160 and 138, so the title's not on the line. He fights at 138, so the title's not on the line. His next fight at 135, the title's on the line. So that's 1. I didn't count this. If I counted these, we'd be at 3. We're not at 3. We're at 1. If I counted all the non-title defenses, the fights that he had when he wasn't actually at the weight class, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let me just count the number of non-title defenses he had. So I don't have to get complicated with it. I would have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have counted 5 more, but I didn't. I didn't say 14. I said 9. I didn't say 14. I said 9. He had 9 title defenses, and I counted them for you. And all of them say WBC lightweight title, and they're all at 135. So I'm sorry, Rollo. I'm telling the truth. You're not. Are you done? You don't want to talk no more? You finished or we done?
You can't hear me?
I can now. You weren't saying anything before.
Listen, when you go to the WBC and pull up lightweight champions and it give you every single lightweight champion and how many title defenses they got, it don't say 9 for him, buddy. I'm sorry. It don't say 9 for him. Go to the WBC lightweight champion. Type that in and pull it up. And it's going to let you know who got what. And it ain't saying 9 for dude. He got like 3, then he lost it, then he got it, then he did some non-title fights.
Where do you get that on the WBC website?
Hold on.
Because I don't see anything on that website that does that. I don't see anywhere on here even to pull up something like that on the WBC website. I don't think you can get that on the WBC website.
So I just told you how to do it.
No, I don't see it. It says ratings, men and women, community, amateur, WBC membership, about us, downloads, news. I don't see anywhere on here where you can pull down a list of all their former champions and their title defenses. I see news, ratings, fighter calendar, downloads, which you can't click on, rules and documents. There's nowhere even on that website to pull that information from. Rollo? There's nowhere on that website to get that information. Sorry. It's not listed on their website.
Come on, man. You're doing it. Somebody do it in the chat and set them straight. But
bro, set nothing straight. I'm on the WBC
he
website.
might block you if you come with correct information.
Man, what do you mean? Look, I'll do it for you, Rollo.
Do it at your own risk. He might block you. If you go in the chat and say, no, for 9, I see it right here. Just like William Arnett got on there and said, man, I can't find them guys on no undisputed list. Remember he got on there and told you that? Because he Googled it for himself instead of just listening to some
Dude, you said the WBC website, man. I'm going to the WBC website.
I told you how I got to it.
This is the WBC website right here. This is the WBC website, WBC ratings. This is male ratings for males in these different weight divisions. That's not the history of champions. Ratings, females, community, amateurs, membership, about us, and downloads. You can't even click on downloads. Then it has world champions. Download female ratings. That's it. There's nowhere on here to do it. Ratings, which is already where it was. World champions, that's the ratings. That's not a history. Those are current world champions. There's nowhere on the website to do it. I'm looking at the website. You said I could do it. I can't do it on the website. Now, if I call you a liar, am I a piece of shit? Rollo? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, brother. Hey, and I'm sorry to anybody that hears me tell you that you telling stories. But what you want me to say? You tell me to go look for something. I go look for it where you say it is and it's not there. Anyway, Rollo, put your link in the chat so I can unblock you, man. I mean, look, man, I like you, Rollo, but I mean, you telling me stuff that's not true. Or at least I can't verify it. You told me that he didn't have these title defenses. I counted the title defenses. Oh, Soda Black said $10 for a 10 count for John Boy, my Minnesota bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. We did it, and thank you, sir. And Fight Game, how do I join the channel as a member? I need instructions. I think you need to go to can't do it on your phone. Fight Game, you have to be on the you can't. I don't think you can do it on your phone. I think you have to be on the I think you have to be on a computer and go to it on a website on your computer, and then it's right. I think it's right there on the homepage. He said Ninjapedia. Like, look, man, you guys are stuck on this thing that I'm dishonest. I'm really not. And to the guy that was going to explain to me how the WBC doesn't say that he's the champion, you're listening to people that are convincing you of things that are not true. And I'm sorry that they did that to you, and that you have to adjust your brain, because that can be very, very painful. Okay, that can be very, very painful. Do you know how long it took for me to get through my head that Black Americans might actually be Native Americans? When I was a kid and somebody told me that, it to me didn't make any sense, because I read the history books and that's what they said. That's what they taught you in school. But over time you say, hold on, man, these guys are lying about some stuff. And then you find out that there was an entire country here with plenty of towns and cities and roads and all kind of different stuff that was here. And you had to readjust your brain and say, you know what? They told me something that's not true. The British invaded this country. They invaded this land and they took the land over. And that's something they don't tell you in history class. But it doesn't, just because you can't find it in a history book doesn't mean that it's not true. And just because you can't find it on Ring Magazine's website, that doesn't mean that it's not true. Freaking Flyer, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Last time for 9. I just wanted to say that those rules, that the ones that are on the PDF form, those rules, they're not all 100% true. I think it's some of the things that be happening that the rules clearly state that they won't do. Like, as far as the interim champion, I remember when you pulled up the rules for interim champion of the WBC, it said that the interim champion shall never be mandated or named mandatory. But we
No,
know
no,
that's what it
that's not.
said in the rules.
No, it's
Can you
not.
can you pull it up and show me? If it don't say that, then I'll bow out gracefully.
Okay. Let me explain. Let me explain what it says. Then I'll read it to you. Never simply by virtue of being. What it says is you are not that mandatory simply because you're the interim, and that you must be named that in writing. That's a difference between saying you will never be the mandatory ever, no matter what. And you are not the mandatory unless we put that in writing. Those are two different things. You understand the difference between that? You cannot go to the store. You cannot go to the store ever versus you cannot go to the store unless I give you permission in writing.
So in other words, the interim champion is never mandated unless they do it. That don't make sense.
It makes perfect sense in writing. Makes perfect sense.
But how that anybody would never be mandated unless they do it in writing.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's what that would be for. That wouldn't distinguish the interim champion. That would be anybody.
It's for clarification. This is what they say. For clarification. Now, why do you think they would put the words for clarification?
Because they might go the other way and somebody might become interim champion that they would try to do the opposite.
No, clarification is, just in case you missed where we wrote it above, we're going to repeat it here. So that when you need to look for these rules, we know to clarify so that you understand you are interim champion, but you will never be declared the mandatory or get a champion split just because you're the interim. We have to order it in writing. Now, you said you would not belabor this if I explained it, and that is very clear.
But you said you was going to pull it up, though, right? I said if you pulled it up, then
and you promise not to say anything until I read it.
I'll put myself on mute.
Okay, thank you. I really should memorize this number so I don't have to do this all the time. In special circumstances, for avoidance of doubt, a WBC interim world title shall be considered a true champion title for all purposes other than with respect to a bout versus the actual world champion, absent of any order to the contrary from WBC. Where is it? Here it is. This is what I'm looking for. In its sole discretion, the WBC shall subsequently determine the timing and terms of any bout between a champion and an interim champion to determine the sole champion in the division. Provided, however, that an interim champion shall never be deemed a mandatory challenger or entitled to a greater share of proceeds of any purse offer beyond that of a challenger without a specific written order to that effect from the WBC president or a designee. An interim champion shall never be deemed a mandatory challenger. I'm going to get rid of this part in the beginning, this middle part, without a specific prior written order to that effect by the WBC president or his designee. An interim champion shall never be deemed a mandatory challenger without a specific prior written order to that effect by the WBC president or designee. Friend, that is crystal clear.
Okay, so we got that clear.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Is there anything else?
Yeah. So now, that being said, going back to the Devin Haney fight, when he became interim champion, it was written by the WBC that fight was being ordered for interim champion to determine who was going to be the mandatory. So it was written before that.
No, because he was not the interim champion.
He became the fight to become interim champion was because of that.
You again. An interim champion. First of all, Devin was not the interim champion. They were going to, but didn't have a tournament to become the interim champion.
No, he did. He fought Abdul, whatever his name is.
Shall never be deemed a mandatory challenger without a prior specific written order to that effect. They would have had to order that he was the mandatory for him. They didn't do it.
But that's what the bout was for, though, right?
No, the bout was not for a prior written order. A written order is a piece of paper or an email that says, you are now the mandatory challenger for the champion. It is not a fight. It is not a fight to determine who they will order. Those are two different things. Look. Please stop.
Fanon, do you remember when the guy came?
Said that once I explained it to you, you'd stop. And you're not.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna bow out. But you said if I had, you asked me did I have anything else to talk about, and so I took it to that.
Other than that,
I bowed out on the fact that
you didn't bow out on you did not bow out on what the interim title was. You just changed and said he was the interim championship. So they were going to have a tournament. That means they ordered it. That's not bowing out.
No, listen to what I said. I said that in the beginning. I said that that PDF form of the rules were saying things that were actually done different. And I said, if you can prove it to me, then I'll bow out on that. So I bowed out on that, and you asked me if there was anything else. And so then I took it to the interim champion with Devin Haney.
Same subject.
No, it's not.
It's the same subject. You said, you gave me an example of, I said, okay, I'm going to give you an example of them saying something in writing in the rules that aren't what it is. They said in the rule that you couldn't be this, and then you brought up the interim champion rule. Then
so the
champion rule, and they enforced it. But I will go one further for you.
The debate was on the rule itself, right? And we got that right. So
now you know that Devin Haney was not the mandatory because he was the interim champion. You know that to be true, right?
You just read that it said that unless it was written or declared beforehand that he would be if he became interim champion, and that's exactly what happened because they had a tournament, a 4-way tournament first.
They didn't have that tournament. They did not have that tournament.
I know, Devin. I know. That's why Devin Haney ended up having the fight to become interim champion because they switched it because Tio didn't want to fight in the tournament. Tio refused, so then they set up a different way. They said whoever won that fight would become interim champion to be the mandatory. Mandatory.
That's bullshit.
How?
Because you said they became an interim to become the mandatory, and you know that being interim
to have
doesn't
the fight mandated.
Mandatory.
Unless they in the rules it said in the rules.
Hold on, Adam one. Rollo Green, how can I help you?
You ready to go through this, man?
No, I'm not, because it's not there, dude. What do you want to say?
I got it. I got it right here in front of me. Yeah, pull up your little
Where's the website?
file.
What website is this?
Don't worry about it. Pull up your little file.
No, what
I'm gonna take you
website
down
is
the
it?
stretch. I'm explaining everything to you. It ain't gonna
What
take long.
website do you want me to pull up?
Let me see what I'm on. You can go to Wikipedia and go to the WBC lightweight champ.
Somebody told you.
Adam, how can I help you?
Hey, Fanan, how you doing, man?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Shout out to the family and peace and blessings to John Boo and his family. I just wanted to say that I think a lot of times, and I could be wrong, but it seems like people misconstrue negotiations with talking. A lot of talking goes on social media. That's not negotiations. When Bill Haney went to the fight the other weekend and he said he was going to talk to De La Hoya, that was already after Ryan had said he didn't want to do that. That's not negotiations. That's talking. What they're doing to me is negotiating to negotiate. That's not a negotiation. And people are missing that. Just because you say you're negotiating or just because you say you want to do something doesn't make it fact. I can want to fly, but if I jump off this bridge, it's going to be bad. Because you say something does not make it real. And these people are saying things that are not real, in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, they most definitely, man.
Because the fight had only transpired like literally at that moment in time, really. And they talking about they in negotiations. That's not negotiations. That's no different than you meeting somebody and saying, "Hey, I think I might be interested in that girl," but it's not. She ain't giving you the time of day. So you didn't ask her out. That's all I'm saying, man. It's like people are not understanding the difference between people talking and negotiations. That's not negotiations. That's not negotiations at all, in my opinion, anyway.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not negotiations. It's just talking. It's just talking, really. But yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Peace, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I'm emotional. Roy Clinkscale, dude, I blocked you like 15 times, bro. Just go away. People get what the fuck? Oh, I wonder how did that work? Man, whatever, man. I get tired of saying the same thing 100 times. Devin Haney was never the mandatory for that belt. Big Dog Willie said Devin Haney invented MLK Day because Bill says so. Obviously, bro. Obviously. And by the way, here you go. Watch this. Rollo, I want you to watch this, Rollo. Watch this. So, get rid of that. Where does it say on here his number of title defenses? It doesn't say 9 title offenses anywhere on here, bro. Here it just says from 1963 to 1965, 1965 to 1968, 1968 to 1969. It doesn't give the numbers. Listed 2 reigns with 1 guy in between. And this reign and this reign is literally the same guy. This guy and this guy are the same guy. But that's the WBA. I mean, look, man. I went to BoxRec and I counted them. It didn't list a number. No, it's not real. Of course it's not real. People get wrong and they change stuff all the time. He went to Wikipedia. He said he went to the WBC website and got that. Wally Scott Bay said, hey, R.I.P. John Bowie. Yes, sir. I know it's not real. I know Wikipedia is not real. I can edit that. I can edit Wikipedia. I can go change that. Matter of fact, you know what? Oh, no worries. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second. 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 Okay, there you go. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, here you go. That settles it. I'm sorry, everybody. Guess what just happened? Teofimo Lopez is listed as the undisputed champion. Teofimo Lopez is, I want to debate somebody that Teofimo Lopez was not undisputed champion. Come on. Who wants money? Come on, I'm ready to debate somebody. Come on, somebody jump up here. I'm sorry that I had to do that. I had some key research I needed to do. I had some key research that I needed to do. Where you at, Rollo? Here's a link. Here's a link. I had some key research I needed to do. Come on, Rollo, where you at? Frequent flyer, come on out here. Come on out here, frequent flyer. Anybody want to debate me? Nobody want, no takers. I got money riding on it.
What's up? Why you kicked me out for?
I didn't kick. Oh, because I wanted to go do some research. Dude, Teofimo Lopez is listed as undisputed champion.
Okay, now you can find the list.
I found it.
Now you found the list that's good, even though people found 10 listed wouldn't say it.
What list? I mean, hey, look, man, I you know what? You're right about Wikipedia.
I know it.
So I went and I looked at Wikipedia. And I looked at Wikipedia's records.
Tell the people I'm right about Ortiz.
No, you're wrong about that because it didn't say anything. But I will tell you this. Look what Wikipedia says right here.
I know what it says.
Does it say that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed champion?
No, it don't say that.
You sure about that?
I gotta look. Last time I looked at, they don't. WBC don't even have Teofimo Lopez listed as a champion when he won that. When he
it's right there, bro. It's right there. This is Wikipedia. undisputed champion boxing. And it is listed right here.
Okay.
Number 8, Teofimo Lopez unified all 4 lightweight titles in October of 2020.
We gonna go by that. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
No, you know what the problem is? I just wrote that shit.
Oh yeah, I knew you had to be lying. See,
I know I'm not lying. I went to Wikipedia and I wrote that shit in Wikipedia because it's true.
Cut the bullshit.
And because I can write anything in Wikipedia that I want to.
Okay, so let's do it like this.
Okay, what? That's your source? I just gave you a source.
I know it.
And
Let's do it like this.
You right there, it says Teofimo Lopez.
Now,
right there. Teofimo Lopez is
the you overtalk me. I don't. Let's do it like this then. Go to.
No, you want to go by Wikipedia? There you go. There's Wikipedia right there. It lists Teofimo Lopez as an undisputed champion.
Okay, that wasn't even the argument. So let's get back to the Ortiz thing. We'll deal with that another time. Let's get back to what me and you was arguing about.
What we were arguing about is it doesn't say 9 title offenses anywhere on there. I already went through it.
There is no 9, but do you?
No, it doesn't even list the number of title offenses he has on there.
It absolutely does. I'm looking at it right here.
It absolutely does not, bro.
I'm looking at it right here.
It absolutely does not. I already went. Rallo already went through it. I went through it. I looked. It doesn't list. It does not give a number on that website. But as I just told you, anybody can put anything on Wikipedia.
So do you want to go over this information or not, man?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Because I just named that man the undisputed champion of the world. I did. Keith Nolan said, "Hey, with Haney fans, that was the ultimate goal here. Do they do all this talk about interim champion just to prove that Loma or somebody else ducked Devin, or is it to discredit Tio? It's to back up the fact that I exposed their stories. Because they want to say that Devin Haney, that Lomachenko ducked Devin Haney. Because Devin was his mandatory. Though he wasn't the mandatory. He was the interim champion. So they said the interim champion always makes you mandatory. And I pointed to the rule that no, it doesn't. Fight Game, you got to go to the website, brother. You got to go to and you got to pull it up on a page and join. Big Dog Willie said Devin Haney invented MLK Day because he says so. You know what that is. And Keith Nolan in the bill said, for non apologies, you may have missed my super chat, but I was asking a legitimate question about the whole interim thing. Keith Nolan, my bad. Yeah, they bring it up to say that somebody ducked Devin. All of these rule changes and stuff is all about Devin being done dirty. All of it is about that. It's not to discredit Teofimo. It's to do anything. Rollo, I'm kind of tired of talking to you, bro. Rollo, I'm kind of tired of it, Rollo. Okay, I'm really, really kind of tired of it. Rollo, how can I help you?
I'm on. What's going on?
Oh, come on, man. You know you're on. You can hear yourself. You can see yourself.
Oh, no, because the screen has got... Did you see my picture? Oh, you don't let me comment, so they can't see the picture of me and my son and Rock, my Muhammad Ali's brother. Dude, I told you to talk me
Was your son there when you slapboxed Ali?
My son wasn't there. I was about my son's age at the time.
So what difference does it make that you have a picture of Rahman Ali now when you're talking about something that took place in the 1980s? However, this, sir, is Carlos Ortiz's Wikipedia page. I reviewed it. Nowhere in here did it say the number of times.
How you try to talk to me, but you never let me talk?
I let you talk every time you jump on here, man.
No, you cut me off. I just had the information. I was going to go over it with you. It wasn't going to take but 6 fights to show you that this didn't happen, what you're saying happened. But for some reason, you don't want to debate. You want to talk over people and mute them and throw them in the back and kick them off like a little kid. But you want to debate, it's okay to lose, huh? What? It's all right, huh? You can't be right every time.
What do you want to say, bro? Where's the 6 title defenses? Where are the 6 title defenses at, Rollo?
All right, so he won the WBC against Doug, right?
Where is it at on this website? You said it's on this website. Where on this website?
And we're gonna get to break it down to what? I told you.
No, you're gonna tell me where it is, man. On the website. Where is it on the website? You said it's on the website.
I
see his wins on the website. I don't see where it says it gives any names for titles under these fights.
So
because there's no column for it. It says number, result, record, opponent, type, round, date, location. It also says 70 fights, 61 wins, 7 losses by knockout, by decision, draws, no contests. Then we go down here. It says also see these other things, list of lightweight world championships. The WBC, this is the WBC's list. It says WBC. You have Carlos Ortiz here, who's the champion from September for a year. It doesn't say number of fights or the number of anything on this. Here, he's mentioned him again. It says 1965, November of 1965 to June of 68. That's 3 years. It doesn't give the number of fights. 1968, 6/29 to February of 1969. It doesn't give the number.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Okay. So you couldn't find it, and that's okay.
No, it's not there. It's not that I can't find it. It's not there.
But I'm looking at it though.
It's not there. You can't see it. It's not there.
I'm looking at it. What don't you understand? I'm going.
I see that. Are you looking at the same page that I see?
Listen, I'm going to.
And it's magically showing up on yours, and it's not showing up on mine.
I'm going to explain to you how to get to it. Is that okay? If it's okay with you, I can explain to you how to get to it, or we can go over the fights, and I can
explain to me how to get to it.
Okay. So you said you was on Wikipedia, right?
Yes.
You got to type in WBC list of lightweight champions.
That's where I am. It's right here. WBC list of world lightweight titles. WBC. There. I'm right there.
No, that's not what I pull up. That's not what I got for now. See, so what you ain't seeing is you're thinking that he still had the belt, but they took it from him because they said that he got a long count against Sugar. So they took it from him. So you counting like 2 fights that didn't count because they took it because of the long count. They basically cheated, came back and said, yeah, it was a long count. You lost that. You didn't. They took it from him. Then he had to go get it back. So you counting 2 fights.
You're trying to explain all kind of stuff to me, bro.
You're
not giving me a list, bro. You're not giving me a list.
I just told you what.
Here's the WBC list of WBC world champions.
Lightweight champions?
Yes, it's all of them, man.
Okay. When you type on,
and they don't give, what is it? Defenses. Okay, so, and we're going to check the defenses.
You see it? It just says it right there, though. You ain't even got to do it.
I'm looking for it, man.
You ain't even got to do that. It
doesn't even list him. It doesn't even list him.
He's the first champion ever of the WBC.
Look, there you go. 1 title defense. 1 title defense.
Right.
It only lists one. It only lists 1.
No, it don't, man.
It does. It says 1.
Okay, look.
This is the title. Here's the column. Here's the column. So we know what the list of what the column is. Defenses. So let's go from defenses all the way down to lightweight.
Now go to lightweight.
I'm going all the way to lightweight and looking under the number of defenses that it has listed.
You shouldn't have to do that because
I do have to do that.
Right there.
Man, dude, come on, man, Rollo. You're trying to tell me I'm not trying. Rollo, come on.
I'm telling you that I'm looking at it.
Rollo, I'm looking at it right there. Lightweight title. It's right there. Lightweight. List. There's the title. List of WBC world titles.
Okay.
Lightweight.
Right there, don't it?
Lightweight. Oh, our Carlos Ortiz. 3.
Yeah. Go.
Okay, I see it now. It says Carlos. It says 3. Fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says so they count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Right there, it lists 7. No. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, sir.
I don't see
here's
seven.
the
I don't see
here's
seven.
the problem.
So
here's
the
problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Man ain't saying what you saying for nine. You
know why? Because of this. Here's the problem with that, sir.
Yeah, man don't say 7. They say he got 3. Then he lost.
Sir, all I gotta go to is go down here and change the number.
He got 3. Then he lost.
Sir, and then I am going to go down here and I am going to change the number.
I mean, when
because if you can see this right here, do you see this right here? What I have right here? This is the code that allows me to change any number in here. I can change this number anytime I want to change that number.
So listen,
it's not a valid source.
That's why I was telling you to stay on the site you was at, and we was gonna go over.
So then I can go through it, but I'm not gonna keep going through it with you, Rollo. I know the number, bro. I already did it, dude. Goodbye, man. Please leave me alone about that. You're wasting my time, dude. Seriously. You're just wasting my time. I can change any number in Wikipedia that I want to change. Anyone. I can put anything on Wikipedia that I want to put on there. Anything. Wikipedia is not a reliable source. I can change anything I want on Wikipedia. Stop pointing to Wikipedia and saying the reason that something is not on Wikipedia is the reason why it's not real. Because as of right now, on Wikipedia, Teofimo Lopez is listed as an undisputed champion. On Wikipedia. Because I listen to him as such. Now go back and get rid of it because I'm not getting rid of it. Because it's true. And for all I know, somebody did put it on there and somebody just took it off. All I know is I bet you that shit don't stay up there long. You know where you got, that's like you guys coming to me. You guys come talk to me about pay-per-view numbers that you get from prdocs.com. Yeah, exactly. We're talking Wikipedia over BoxRec where we can see the title defenses on BoxRec. Said Rollo deleting that right now. Exactly. I'm going to put it up there tomorrow. Every morning, I'm going to donate money to Wikipedia just so they know I support them. I am going to correct Wikipedia in their undisputed title list so that you guys can see it and stop acting like that means something. That shit says it right there. All you got to know is how to code. I know enough about coding to know that I can put that in there. But you have to be able to, you have to understand how code works. So floppy disk error, man, y'all are wild, bro. What up, Noop? Parker is fighting Zhang, not Wilder. Just, oh yeah, oh, good for him. Good for him. I like dude. I like dude. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here, man. I think unless somebody really want to talk boxing, bro, y'all always act like you get so emotional. Why wouldn't you get a little bit emotional about this kind of silliness, man? The 10th lightweight undisputed champion is 1D, one boxing on Wikipedia tomorrow. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to put that shit on Wikipedia because y'all need to stop lying. It's not on Wikipedia because y'all took it off Wikipedia. Because one of y'all that know how them brackets work took off Wikipedia. What about the court case? What about it? Hey, Jealous Heart said, great show. Oh, that's my guy, Thomas Hill. Thomas Hill said, great show in spite of the bad news. Thanks. Hey, Rick Timms, click the link. Rick Timms, click the link. Rick Timms. Hey, Rick Timms, I bet Rick Timms, click the link, man. Click the link, Rick Timms. Oh shit. Frequent flyer, what's up, man?
But nah, and I had to hurry up and hop on and get this W before Rick Timms jumped up in here and got it. The Wikipedia entries, they have to be approved. They're monitored and everything, and it has to go through screening. You could input whatever you want, but it's not going to stay there after they fact check it and make sure that it's true.
Oh, that's not true.
So you can put whatever you want up there, but then it's not going to stick. They're going to check it and see if they see you put some bull crap up there. They just going to take it down.
That's not going to hold. Here's the problem. It's not going to work with something that's removed.
What do you mean something that's removed?
It's not going to work with how are they going to fact check something that's not removed?
Sir. A regular person can't just go up there and remove entries on there. It has to be approved and then it sticks. It was like that. Somebody can go up there and erase everything on Wikipedia.
Approved by who?
By the people who run the site. The Wikipedia. The Wikipedia. Do you talk about the Wikipedia Boxing Commission? The Wikipedia police.
I mean the Wikipedia.
I don't know. The people who run the site for now, they fact check the things that you put up in there.
Wikipedia Boxing Commission is the one.
Come on, for now. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying.
You mean the Wikipedia? You mean the Wikipedia Boxing Commission?
I'm gonna do one of King John's. I gotta hop up out of here for now.
You sure?
Salute.
You sure you got here? You sure you got to hop up out of here? I'm not even going to do it because y'all get the joke. What's up, Rick Timms? I just want to let you know that I've officially changed Wikipedia, where now I am an undisputed champion in the lightweight division, dog.
Okay, man. I got you, dog. We gonna see how long this revision stands.
Hey man, it's up to It's up to BoxRec's review board to decide whether Teofimo Lopez is undisputed or not. So once Wikipedia decides whether or not it's a legitimate correction, trust me, I'm gonna come with the source too. I'm gonna put a source. I'm gonna cite a source. That shit is gonna have the WBC article from Mauricio Suleiman verifying it. I promise you that shit is going to be there, dog. I'm going to write a fucking dissertation to get his ass on there.
We're going to see how long that lasts, man. We'll see how long that lasts.
I'm going to put that shit up there.
Hey, man, I appreciate your passion.
It's all fun, man. You know what it is, man. It's all fun. He said that's not true. Frequent. There are certain Wikipedia pages that cannot be changed. Very small. Yeah, all right, brother. Well, I just want to jump up here and mess with you real quick, bro.
All right,
peace to you, bro.
Peace.
All right, man. Get back. What's up, Sean?
What's going on, Fanon? Can you hear me at all?
I can hear you perfectly well. I'm hold on one second though, because why are you talking? Because go ahead and speak. I gotta check a DM from Rich Batty. I think he's talking about Instagram DM.
Gotcha. All right. So I want to say this before I even get into this. I know you're probably not going to agree with my assessment. I want to put that out there. It's going back to Errol, because I know you probably don't want to talk about this Devin Haney shit no more. Because this is like, you know what this reminds me of? Back when I was in fifth grade, man, we had recess 2 times in a day. The second recess was later in the day before we got let out. And the only way you can go out to recess is you had to fix your corrections on any of the work you had been doing. So if you got questions wrong on math, you had to fix them before you can go out there. And there was this kid that never saw the light of day on that second recess. He was always doing corrections, right? And I remember one day I had corrections and I happened to walk over to the dude because I was going to give him some help, right? And I looked at his paper, and what he was correcting, this is later in the year, was shit that we would been working on, that we started on in the very beginning of the year. And he had been writing and correcting that thing so much that he had basically erased a hole in his piece of paper. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just could not figure this shit out. And that's what these two remind me of, Rollo and Frequent, when it comes to this Devin Haney shit. They're just not getting it. Like, it's just crazy. I don't understand how many times, and this is no slight on those two. You know, I don't think anything of them like negatively as people or nothing like that. So I'm not dissing them, but I don't understand why they don't get it. So anyway, I want to give you some relief and kind of change the topic if that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm about to roll out, but that's all good. What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I feel like when it comes to Errol, like I just don't feel like there's any middle ground. I feel like he either gets too much grace or people are just completely unfair when it comes to Errol. In this case, I just feel like he's getting too much grace. Like to be honest with you, my biggest thing is with those tweets, he also said that he wasn't living the life. Like, come on, man. That's sure like to me, that is not on Terence. Like if Terence said that, we'd eat him alive and I'd eat him alive too. And my whole perspective is I have my favorites, but I don't play favorites. Like, for example, I had picked Regis Prograis, and I am not ashamed to admit I was way wrong on that pick, right? Like that was a dumb, boneheaded pick. And part of me picking him was because I liked the dude. But hey, I was wrong on it, right? But with Errol, like for him to say that he's not living the life, having gone through a car accident and all that, that shows a lack of maturity. It's either a lack of maturity or it's an excuse. Because he paired that with saying that why do you think that I was getting hit with so many jabs and hooks? So that to me, like if I'm somebody that's a big fan, that's a red flag for me. Like I would never bet on that man because everybody knew that this is his biggest fight of his career. And you want to say that you wasn't living the life. Part of me just don't buy that because another thing is upper echelon. I know he knows though that camp, and he would come on and give us all updates on a regular basis when he would talk to Derek James and all of this stuff, right? And talk about his camp. And so would Errol and all of them. And so like, I'm like, man, how are you going to come out and say this now? You weren't living a life. So it's one way or the other. Either it's an excuse or dude, like you showing a lack of maturity by saying you weren't living a life, because that was part of the tweets too. And so that has to be factored into this whole situation. So I think Terence Crawford should not be criticized for making comments about, the Packers and Green Bay, or the Packers and the Cowboys game. He's well within his right to believe all of that stuff. And it's not him getting in his feelings. He deserves it. And I've been straight on Terence Crawford as well. When he backed out of negotiations that first time and drug his feet, I was right there with all of you guys in the sentiments. But I think the reality of it is I know everybody loves Errol Spence. He stands on business, but he ain't standing on business here. This is bullshit. Like straight up, like this ain't cool. And in my opinion, if you're really hurt, I know that this was a big fight, but if you're really hurt to where you're really going to be hindered, you gotta pull out of that fight. If you're that jacked up, in my humble opinion. And then the last thing I'll say to this is, I think Errol lost that fight because Terence Crawford is a significantly better counterpuncher than him. If you go back, and I don't know if you guys watched this, but I recall even through all of this, we gave Errol, he won the press conference. He looked better. Supposedly he won better, or he looked better in what's that? In these chats. And look, I'm with you guys.
Don't ever put that shit on me, because I think all of that crap about winning press conferences and winning weigh-ins, I think all that's a bunch of horse shit. But
okay, but even then, like, I just recall through all of this, right? Like, and again, I don't want you to feel like, because I don't want you to think I'm coming at you, or I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying.
I know that I didn't say that. I'm all right. I'm all right with everything you're saying. I just want to be very clear that I don't believe in the concept of winning a press conference and all of that stuff.
Gotcha. All right. So, but I know that a lot of the sentiment was Errol looked better in the pre-fight workouts. He looked better on the scales, all of those things. And then after the fight, he wins. Oh, Terence Crawford had loaded gloves. Terence Crawford has a turtle back, which so that means he's on PEDs, which if you know anything about PEDs and musculature, the turtle back isn't a telltale sign. It's actually somebody's upper chest and delts and shoulders. But anyway, I digress. But the reality of the situation is I just feel like the man is getting too much grace. And if I'm not a huge fan, I like Errol. I definitely support him, and I agree with everything leading up to how Terence was behaving with all of this. But if I'm a big fan of Errol, I would be disappointed in him coming out and saying this, because I feel like, dude, I can't trust you at this point if you're saying that you wasn't living the life. Like, to me, it just shows a lack of maturity. If you've already went through this stuff and you supposedly corrected your wrongs, you got out of the city, all of that stuff, to me, it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. So I'm just not buying it. You know what I mean?
I hear you 100%.
And then
I don't think that's an unreasonable interpretation of it. I think that the only thing that I would say is that don't know when he has been said that he wasn't living the life. He said that a lot of times. He had said that he was blowing up in weight and not really training. And he said a lot of that stuff before the fight took place. He had been saying that he wasn't, and he said that the loss was overdue when he was talking about having lost a fight. He said it was overdue. I wasn't exactly living the fighter lifestyle. And I think he was saying that he wasn't living the fighter's lifestyle for all of those times when he allowed himself to blow up in weight. So just kind of like with anything, I think that it's very difficult to communicate what you actually mean in a tweet. So, you can read it one way, you can read it another way. I don't have a problem with anybody that thinks that Errol's giving excuses and that they don't like it, because, hey, man, it is what it is. He's saying what he's saying. He brought up the fact that he had cataract surgery. He said the thing about getting hooks and all of that. He said everything you said. So as long as you're not lying on him and saying that he said that he didn't say, that's a very, very fair interpretation of it,
Yeah, I get it. I just think that, so here's the other thing with all of this. I also, me personally, I would love to see Boots and Terence Crawford fight. In fact, I might actually favor Boots. I honestly think Boots might be if I'm making a pound for pound list and it's not on accolades, it's just like who I think legitimately is the best fighter in the world. Like if everybody, regardless of promoters, just had the opportunity to fight who they needed to be, the very best guys, I think Boots would probably have the best showing out of everybody. Boots are probably like Inoue. I probably think are Boots, Inoue, and Crawford, like 1A, 1B, 1C. Like you can, however you want to put them in there.
As far as what?
Just the best fighter in the world. Like
no, Gervonta Davis is better than Monster Inoue. I disagree heavy with that.
Okay, all right.
Gervonta Davis is a better fighter than Monster Inoue.
One A,
he's better than that dude.
A, B, C, and D. However you want to pair it.
I just got to throw that in there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think that there's anything better about Monster Inoue than Gervonta Davis. I think Gervonta is better than him every single solitary way there is to be better. But go ahead.
That's fair. That's fair. But admittedly I had forgot about Gervonta. But I think those four, in my opinion, I think are the best fighters in the world. And I think next after that is you could throw in like a Baturviev, probably even a Shakur, and I would probably say Canelo. I'm not in a Canelo cherry picks, but I still think he's one of the best in the world, overall. But so I say all this to say, I do as I would love to see that fight, Terence Crawford and Boots. And going back to the Errol thing, I know that nobody was calling for Errol to fight Boots either, even if he were to win the fight. So I honestly think that part of some of the people calling for it is people legitimately being Bud haters and wanting Bud to fight Boots because they believe Boots will beat Terence. That's I legitimately think that.
Oh, no, they're generally, let me tell you what the little obnoxious dude was trying to do. So I don't like talking to him because he's just searching for something. If I say I want to see Terence Crawford fight Jaron Ennis, the reason is obvious. Because Terence Crawford is the champion at 147, and he's proved that he was a better fighter than everybody in the division other than Jaron Ennis. So I want to see him fight. So I want to see Terence Crawford fight Jaron Ennis. I already know that from what I saw in the fight, at the very least, that Terence Crawford was better than Errol. So why would I want to see Jaron Ennis not fight the guy that I know won that fight between the two of them? The simple answer to the question is the reason I want to see Terence and Jaron over Errol and Jaron is because Terence won, and Terence got 3 belts. That's why. But hey, all right, man. Let me holler back at you. I got one thing to say before I bounce out, man, for the day.
Okay.
Anything else, Sean? I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, for sure. I was just gonna say, dude, Baturviev is that guy, man. The last thing I'll say on this, because I know you want to roll, is one of the things. So me personally, my favorite thing to talk about is X's and O's, man. I'll nerd out over watching, breakdowns of techniques, all of that stuff. You should, if you ever get the time, check out a channel called Modern Martial Artists. And that dude has these breakdowns like a boxing gyms, of all of like the best fighters, whether it be MMA or boxing. And he has some great content, man. I'll nerd out on all of that. But one of the things I can appreciate about Beterbiev is a lot of times the guys that are like known for like knockouts and big punches is that guy does not load up on anything, but he generates so much power. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of his punches are very subtle, but he just be lumping dudes up. So I can appreciate that, man. Like he's that dude is a master, man. Like I hope that guy gets some opportunities, man. But I'll leave it there. I'll catch you later. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Get back, man.
All right. See you.
John Raphael said somebody's taking shots at me. He taking shots at you saying you want to see Crawford lose. So what? What if I did? I don't have. I mean, you guys want to spend your day trying to mind read. That's on you. You just a fan. If you care if you that into that, you're like I say, you're just here trying to argue with me for the sake of arguing. Okay, you got to have something to argue about. Most times in boxing, most times in life, you're going to agree with people because it's it is what it is, though. Anyway, but look, man, I'm out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Y'all have a wonderful day. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Have a great day, Malcolm.